I'll call this Bang Bang.
Seriously?
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Pull up, bitch.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
Objection. Objection.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. KO. Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang. Pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang. Pull up.
Bang, bang.
Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang. Pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
All right, Ms. 𝗃𝗏𝗃, your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor, the Commonwealth will call Trooper Michael Proctor to the stand. Please state your name and spell your last name for the jury.
Michael Proctor, 𝗺𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
I will beat your ass.
I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
I will beat your ass.
I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
My name is Aidan Kearney, also known as 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗃𝗺.
Is a senior editor for 𝗃𝗏𝗺 Daily News.
I'm a big fan. We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it 𝗃𝗏𝗺 that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You did not say that you were gonna take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do.
I know you do.
People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never going to stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Boys, go baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, chop up and sing, it should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this, so it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom! What's up, turtle people? You guys might have noticed there's no green screen tonight or blue screen, and I'm like looking in the wrong direction. So I have lighting here. I had lighting here, and this thing. So I had a few of these things, and I don't know. I've had like 4 of these, and 2 of the bigger ones, and they like 2 of them got burnt out. Like 4 of them got burnt. So I had 6 lights, and you need lights for a green screen, right? So I had 4 lights, and 2 of them still worked until right now. Like I just went to go start the show, like set up the whole. I did Saturday night show at Meredith's, and then so I had to transport the stuff back and forth. Then I come back here for tonight's show, and I go to set up the thing, and the lamps just don't work at all. So there's no. I got no 34 Fairview Road for the first time in a while. Don't worry. I ordered a couple more lights. They're supposed to get here tomorrow. There will be lighting for the next show, I promise. But this, for now, it's going to be different. So I had to put like a lamp right in front of me. And so there's some lighting here. But then I had to push the camera over, so or else the lamp will be in the way. So I'm not looking at it. So it might be a little weird tonight, but nobody really gives a shit, right? Nobody cares. But anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Aidan Kearney, if you're new here. On Facebook, you can call me Clarence Woods Emerson. That's what I go by on there. You can follow me on there. I highly recommend it. I go live every morning. I kind of do a little bus stop live there if I'm at the bus stop. Like today, for instance, I was driving to court. We'll talk about that. So I wasn't there for that. But, so follow me on there. Clarence Woods Emerson. Old school turtle riders call me Uncle Turtle Boy. I prefer doctor, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I love when people call me doctor because, I'm a doctor. It's if Joe Biden gets to be doctor, I get to be a doctor too. So I'm a doctor of journalism, activism, you name it. I'm a doctor. I will also accept daddy. Some people call me daddy. I don't require it because I know that could be a little bit strange for people to call me daddy. Really, only 2 people are supposed to call me that. But over the years, it's taken on a little thing. So I'll allow it. But anyway, I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp and smash that subscribe button. Give us a big thumbs up afterwards. Leave a comment and we'll all be good. So, yeah, I understand that somebody said I look like Chris Albert tonight on the select board meeting. Yeah, I didn't see tonight's show, tonight's meeting rather. So I guess 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗺𝗺 didn't call in this week, but that's okay. We got a lot to talk about here. This Ducky thing, man. We got to go over this whole thing. Let me tell you, I started reading that last night, and I'm as funny as it is. I'm like getting pissed. I'm like, this is how. Like, I am reaching the point where it's okay. So you're gonna charge people for a goddamn, like, all this shit going to a fucking rubber ducky, and going after these innocent people for leaving a rubber ducky outside of D&E Pizza. And it's the fact that they use like fucking Krusty Panties to dox these people and shit like that. That is, I mean, that's the lowest thing they do is they've aligned themselves with a child abuser, like a straight up child abuser who lost 2 of her kids to the state due to child abuse. And everyone on that side has to kind of know that, like, they know who they're dealing with. They're like, they've kind of come to terms. They've accepted the fact that, like, yeah, so she abused her own children and lost 2 of them to the state. But I'm okay with that because it's all we've got. It's all we've got. It's the only person that's is like kind of like not shameless enough to put her name on it. So yeah, so there's that. So, but I'm reaching the point now where it's like, bro, they're doing this because they work for Michael Morrissey and they know he ain't gonna do shit. So who's gonna do shit? Right? What exists to stop this, right? And there's really two things. There's the feds and there's the attorney general, which is really the one that's supposed to do this. And she has completely ignored this. Andrea Campbell has completely ignored Sandra Birchmore, all of it. And it's just reached the point where ignoring is not acceptable. And it's time to make some noise with the attorney general, Andrea Campbell. Like, it's time to start going to her office, rolling deep and making noise. And we will not be silenced. You're not going to, you ignore our calls, you ignore our emails. You can't ignore us in person. You can't do it. Can't ignore us at your kids' soccer games either. I'm just saying. If you think we won't do that, you don't know how we operate. All right. You're ignoring this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. So let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, she needs to be our next person that is held accountable and has her feet put to the fire and says, what are you going to do about this, Andrea Campbell? You have corrupt cops going around and they are blatantly abusing their power and charging innocent people with felonies over rubber ducks. What are you going to do about it? You know? So I'm just saying. But anyway, I digress. If you're new here and you want to have your message read out loud to the class during the show, you can click on the link at the top for Turtle Chat. We don't have Super Chat. I had the wrong opinion about the certain vaccine mandate a couple years ago. And so because of that, I am no longer allowed to, accept money from you fine people. So if you want to have your message read out loud, you got to click at the top. We built our own platform. It's called Turtle Chat. You can buy or give whatever amount of money you want. And in return, I will read whatever message you put. So you're not really donating, you're buying something. You are buying kind of airtime, and you get a shout out to whoever you want to do it to. All right, whoever you want. And YouTube, Google takes 30% or 40%, something like that, with super chats. Well, Turtle Chats, I keep it all. So there's that. It's going to a good cause. And that is the 𝗵𝗿𝗺𝗺 fund, basically, at this point, because that's going to get expensive and but best money I've ever spent. So again, if you guys want to donate, the link is at the top, or if you want to buy airtime, that's what we'll call it, with your chat, you click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleBoy, and we can do it that way. All right, so let me just see if we got any yet. Let me check it out. Okay, nothing yet. I still love you fine people. So again, if anybody wants, that's how we do it. Okay. So before we get into the rubber ducky shit, there was court today. So let me give me 1 sec okay. Is this the one we want? Hold on. We went through a lot of shit today, so I got to get this. Got to get this right. Make sure we got it. Oh, is that? That's the one. Okay. Let me download that real quick. Okay, cool. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Did that sound come up on your end? So here's the deal, guys. So I had court today. There's two things that happened in court today. Number one was I had a trial date set for the charge of violating a restraining order. I won't get too into the details that much. If you know, you know. On February 26th, 3 days after I got out of jail, I did what I always do, and I went to the Karen Reed hearing. All right. And, I remember being in jail and discussing with people. I'm like, what if the fake victim shows up on that day? And I'm like, nah, she wouldn't do that. I'm like, that's really low. I mean, she did lie to put me in jail, but showing up to that, I'm like, she has to go through a crowd of Karen Reed supporters. Everyone is going to know that she's the person who lied and put her in there. You got to go like full villain. Like, you have to be really, really, really obsessed with me. You know what I mean? To do something like that, to want to be around me that badly, to be willing to subject yourself to that, just for what? For the thrill of kicking me out? Like, that's because she'd never been to a hearing before, ever. Even when she was a Karen Reed supporter, she'd never been to a hearing before. So I'm like, she ain't gonna show up. No. So I go to the hearing. I sit down. All of a sudden, I get alerted that she's outside the courtroom door. Oh, it's okay. So she comes in. I immediately get up. Meredith and I get up, and we just walk out. It's on camera. Nobody asks us to leave. I go outside. I start filming myself just to document, to be on the safe side. Ask a denim cop in the crosswalk, the Silver Fox, we call him, where should I go? And he points over to the registry. He goes, just go over there for now. We'll sort it out. So I go stand over there, right? And I start live streaming. All right. And I just tell everyone, I got kicked out of the court. I'm sorry. I don't know if she showed up. I had to leave. You know, I just wanted to document it all, that I'm not like, violating shit. Not violating shit. And so I documented it all. And as it turns out, somebody called 911 while I was doing that. And we got this documentation today. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. Tell me if you recognize this voice. Let me know if this plays.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, I'm looking at the internet right now. I'm watching. There's an individual named Aidan Kearney. He was just removed from the courtroom. He's in violation of a restraining order. He's refusing to leave the courthouse steps. He's within 100 yards of this victim, and he's currently screeching about how she's there. So he's definitely in violation of his restraining order. You might want to get someone down there.
Okay, so Aidan Kearney is at the courthouse. He's in violation of a restraining
order. Yeah.
Do you know who the RO is against?
The victim is Lindsay Gaetani. She's there with the John O'Keefe's mother right now, Mrs. O'Keefe. So he's instead of leaving the courthouse on the steps screaming about it, I know it's a football field. He needs to stay away.
Okay, he's out on the steps currently.
Yep.
Can you describe what he looks like?
He is he's a short guy, about 5'8", glasses. He's wearing a suit jacket. He's got a cell phone in front of his face. His nose kind of looks like a penis.
Okay. What color shirt or jacket is he wearing?
Right now it is, I would say that's a gray.
White male, black male?
White.
Okay.
Yeah, gray jacket, blue shirt.
Okay. And are you...
green tie.
Are you just a witness, or...?
I just happened to be watching it online, and he's screaming about how he got removed from the courthouse due to a restraining order, but he's definitely still in violation of the restraining order as he sits on the steps. So.
Okay. All right. Can I grab your name for the record?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Kate Peter, Peter.
Okay. And your date of birth?
12/29/1987.
Okay. All right. I'll get.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
And that is what a full-fledged just psychopath sounds like. Just somebody that is so obsessed with you that their life is dedicated to you. I mean, that for the last 4 or 5 years now, I've lost track. Everything in her life is dedicated to me. Everything. She's caught in charges because of her obsession with me has got her charges in other ways. Like, not only is she charged with witness intimidation against me, not only is she charged with violating a restraining order, or she has a restraining. I have a restraining order on her, but she also has a restraining order, or somebody has a restraining order on her, Lauren Murray, simply because Lauren and I had a friendship. Okay, and she was obsessed with Lauren and stalked Lauren, and would not let it go unless she joined her cast of mean girls. And she like recruits anyone who I've had any sort of relationship with. She's just really, really, really interested in where the Intimidator's going. Like she's just really, she has to know all about that. Like I just could not ever imagine giving a shit about someone else's personal life and sex life as much as she cares about mine. It is her entire life, like everything. And so when the fake victim fell in her lap, I mean, that was probably the greatest day of her life. Like, oh, a vindictive, crazy person who slept with him. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Sign me up. So I get out of jail, and that is what happens. Now, keep in mind, I was well over. I went to exactly where the police officer told me to go, and I'm over 100 yards because the steps in the stair house count to that. So it's like over 100 yards. So it's not as the crow flies. It's 100 physical yards away. And I also went where he told me to go. It's like there was really no safe place for me to go anywhere. Like, where am I going to go? I go to the parking lot, and then I get accused of vandalizing her car, right? There was literally nowhere I could go. Either way, I stood on the Registry of Deeds steps for all of like 5 or 6 minutes. It's all on videotape. And at the end of the stream, you see that somebody alerts me that the hearing is over and they're coming out. Next thing I know, I look across the street. There are hundreds of people pouring out of the courthouse. It is a mob. That day was crazy. There was so many people there. It was so loud. And who comes out with that huge face that we all recognize? Jennifer McCabe and Chris Albert and Matt McCabe, and everybody's booing them, right? They're the villains. They've embraced the role of the villains. So I'm standing across the street at the Registry of Deeds. I see Jennifer McCabe walking down there. I'm like, I go to take my camera out, and I'm so far away that I can't even get a good picture, okay? And I'm not going any closer because I don't know where the fuck fake victim is. I don't know anything. I don't see shit. I don't know. And so they leave. I see them go. They kind of cross High Street, or it was a High Street, and go down that little alley there into the Registry of Deeds parking lot. And as soon as they go by, I'm like, okay, it looks like the McAlberts have left. I just kind of wait. I wait at the registry until things clear out. Then I go back across the street. Okay. And I waited for Karen Reed's team to come out because that's what I was interested in, really, was seeing Karen Reed's team. I hadn't been in jail. I mean, I've been in jail for the last few hearings. Wanted to get some video clips of that as a reporter, like I always do. And yeah, so she calls the cops and says that I am in violation of this order. I'm not. And it just shows her obsession with kind of just putting me back in jail and lying about it. And, the next night, if you will, let me pull this up. I get a voicemail the next night. See if I got it here. Huh. Do I have it? Maybe it's on the shorts. I know it's here somewhere. Huh. All right, give me 1 sec. I'm just going to message it to myself so I have it. Give me 1 minute. I'll bring it up. Doo-doo-doo. There's one. Where's the second one? There it is. So I get these two voicemails are left later that night on the same exact night. I got two voicemails. All right. All right, let's pull these up. All right, so this is the first voicemail she left that same exact night. Oh, you guys can't hear that? All right. You got, you guys couldn't hear that, I guess. Okay. So let me try this way. Let me know if you can hear it when I do this.
Hey, faggot, it's Kate Peter. You know, Krusty Panties, how you call it. I just wanted to let you know every time you get a block number, it's not Lindsay or LG or anyone else. It's me.
You can hear
and
this?
I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to fucking do with it because you're a dumb motherfucker, right? And every time that you victimize a female, I'm going to be right there pushing back. I just want you to know that. Play this on your fucking live show. I am going to get the best of you. You're a bad person, and everybody's going to see it. Have a nice day. By the way, Karen Reed wants nothing to do with you. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I meant it. I meant it.
So that's what a psychopath sounds like.
Hey, faggot, it's Kate Peter. You know, Krusty Panties, how you call it. I just wanted to let you know
that she's obviously drunk. She was obviously likely with the fake victim, and they were enjoying this. So this is on the 26th. And notice what she says there. When you go back to jail, it's going to be because of me, she says, because now it makes sense why she said that now that we got this in discovery today, because she's the one who called the police. So that's why she's saying it's because of me. And it's also because she orchestrated this entire thing. She connected the fake victim with whoever from the McAlberts that got her. Fake victim doesn't know these people. How did she get? Krusty Panties set it all up. She's like, we're gonna bring you to court, and she's like, well, she tells her like, we'll have you show up, and we'll kick him out and have him go back to jail. That was the plan the entire time, and that's exactly what she did. That is exactly what she did. I did get charged, as we're gonna see. I didn't go to jail. We had a dangerousness hearing on March 14th. I was facing 120 days in jail. Ken Mello wanted to send me back. He wanted to revoke my bail. Luckily, Judge Pomeroy decided that he wasn't going to do that because I'm not a dangerous person. But that is an unhinged message. And so clearly because she works for the Norfolk County DA's office. I think it's been very clear. Then she leaves another message. Then she leaves that was the first message she left. The second one was this one.
Hey, faggot, I can see that you can post my voicemails on your Twitter because you're a bitch. Why can't you face a female? I am not afraid of you. I never witness intimidated you. You're not a witness in any case. You're just a small-dicked fucking faggot that likes to prey on women. Call me back, motherfucker. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you did to Lindsay. Let's talk about what you did to John McCabe. Let's talk about what you did to Colin Albert, a 19-year-old juvenile. Let's talk about it, Aidan. Why are you so afraid of... I know that you're not. You just want to self-victimize. But how's your wife doing, by the way? How are your abused and neglected children doing, by the way? Call me back, you fucking faggot. I'll drive over to your parents' house right now. Fuck you.
Okay. So again, that person that you heard right there, that is the person who Jennifer Koffendafer doesn't mind associating with. That is the person that Julie Grant had on TV. That is the person that Michael Morrissey's office does business with, and the state police do business with. That is the person who John Fanning testified was his lone source of information when he testified in front of the grand jury. He said that his lone source of information on anything related to me was that person, Kate Peter, and that she claims to have had a special meeting, right, with Ken Mello. I'll play real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let me play this. These are from her hearings. I mean, fine. Hopefully you guys never have anyone as obsessed with you as this person is with me. And we've never hooked up or anything like obviously. I mean, I think that goes without saying. But so this is what she sends to, give me a second. It takes a second to go through on Facebook Messenger. All right, what's this one? Let's see what this one.
Mr. Kearney is currently the criminal defendant in a Superior Court indictment, several counts of witness intimidation, several counts of picketing and parading. He has more charges coming.
So this is March 11th when she is in Leominster District Court and facing a harassment prevention order hearing with me. So I'm trying to get an order on her. It was granted. And this is what she says in her defense. Just listen to this if you haven't heard it before.
Mr. Kearney is currently the criminal defendant in a Superior Court indictment, several counts of witness intimidation, several counts of picketing and parading. He has more charges coming right now.
He has more charges coming right now. Like, how would she know? First of all, that was March 11th. Today is October 1st. There were no more charges coming. I didn't get any more charges. And what she was talking about there, though, was the rape thing, because these people have no bottom, and they began, like, everything else was failing, so then they just went the rape route. They started calling me a rapist, and they went to the Medfield police, and there's a report when they made, and that turned out to be 100% false too, and nothing happened. But they don't stop. She's been doing this for years, trying to get me charged with crimes. Like, years it's been going on. She won't stop. There's nothing. And she's made that very clear that she will never stop. And then
involving some matters that I don't really want to discuss. They're very sensitive related to domestic violence. So he is angry and upset with me because I have been cooperating with the prosecution and giving them information on him. A lot of the quotes
really cooperating with the prosecution and giving them information on him
that he puts in here that are not relevant to the statute at all, where I say that he can blame me for all of his problems is because I am furnishing information. This is retaliatory.
I am furnishing information. So what she's saying there is she basically works for the DA's office. That she is me. And then listen to this clip. The next one I got here. What's this one?
Her account about an hour after I was there. I was at the courthouse. She showed up per her account about an hour after I was there. I never saw her. I was never alerted to her presence. I stayed in the courtroom. I went downstairs to meet with the special prosecutor and the rest of the group that I was with, and then I left.
I went down. This is what you just heard right there. That's from another hearing she had. That was a more recent one. She was charged with violating the order against Lauren Murray in Stoughton. Kate showed up to my arraignment on October 11th. Because she knew about it, of course, ahead of time, because she talks to them regularly. And so she was there. Lauren Murray was also there. Lauren Murray has an order against Krusty Panties. And so the second Lauren Murray walked into that courtroom, Krusty Panties should have done what I did on February 26th, and that is get up and leave. But she didn't. And I witnessed Lauren Murray go right by her, and she saw her and remained inside the courtroom, refused to leave. And so she claims, if you listen in this clip, that she had a right to be there Why? Let's see.
I was at the courthouse. She showed up per her account about an hour after I was there. I never saw her. I was never alerted to her presence. I stayed in the courtroom. I went downstairs to meet with the special prosecutor and the rest of the group that I was with. And then
I went downstairs to meet with the special prosecutor and the group that I was with. So why was she meeting with the special prosecutor on October 11th? Unless she is essentially an agent of the state at this point. I mean, it's her own words. It's her own words. And yesterday, she went on Twitter and began doxing the information about a woman that she really had no business knowing about. Like, the Canton police have charged like a dozen people with violating or rubber ducky shit or messaging 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗆𝗆 and being like, you're a bad person, right? With witness intimidation, just random innocent people, most of whom are women. They've all gotten these, the 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 bunch, we call them. And by the way, I there is a fundraiser for them. I got the ball rolling yesterday. I donated $1,500 to it. Okay. That is the general fund right there. Cause these people are going to need lawyers. So we're helping them out. Boom, right there. All right. So anyway, so she has begun to dox these people and put their name and information out there, which is odd because their names are not public. And these reports, these police reports are not public because the police will not give you a police report for something that is an ongoing investigation. And they definitely will not give you, like, police reports are not public for people who haven't been charged with crimes like this. So she has not been charged. None of these people have been charged. And for that reason, if the magistrate doesn't find probable cause, your name shouldn't be out there. Like, that's kind of the whole rationale behind that. So she has begun to put these people's names out there. And there's only one way that she could have gotten this information, and that's from the district attorney's office itself. And let's just say it would be a shame if we had information, undeniable evidence that Michael Morrissey is in direct contact with her. That would be interesting. So, but I don't know anything about that. We'll see. You guys like that 𝗃𝗏𝗏 letter, right? Everybody like the 𝗃𝗏𝗏 letter for the fake victim and exposing her involvement in setting me up. People like that one. Wait till you see the Krusty letter from 𝗃𝗏𝗏. Wait, that one's going to be even better, I bet. Even better when we see we are not playing around anymore. We are going to expose the people that are doing this. We're not putting the crop with this crap anymore. We're done playing defensive. We are going on the offensive, and we are going to be exposing what these people have done and how they have colluded with the state, with the government, to violate to abuse their power, to violate other people's civil liberties, etc. We're not fucking around anymore. So anyway, where was I? So, so back to that day in question on February 26th. So I'm there, and I remain there in the crowd, and I see Karen Reed and stuff, and everybody goes. Apparently, she got back to her car with these people and noticed that she claims that her car was vandalized. Now, I highly doubt that. She was in not one, but 2 accidents in December. She drives drunk all the time, sometimes with the children in the car. And who knows how it was like a scratch. Like there's a picture in the police report of the car, and there's a scratch on it. Who the fuck knows how that got there? But she, of course, blames me. I think that was the original plan, was to just blame me for the vandalism and say, well, they knew they were going to get me kicked out of court. And they said that, well, he's going to be mad. Maybe he goes and keys up a car. That's clearly what they were getting at there. But I didn't actually go back there. So that was a good thing I didn't go back there. I went where the cop told me to go, and I documented the entire thing. Okay? I documented the entire thing. And she tells the officer that, and according to this guy's report, Officer Kozak, that there's somebody vandalized her car. It was probably me, but she doesn't know who. And then she leaves by 2:47. I think he says the scene is cleared. And she doesn't mention anything about a violation of an order that just occurred. Nothing. Well, fast forward 5 hours later. She drives back to the Dedham Police Department and files an order against me, or not, and makes a complaint against me and says that, according to her, I was within 100 yards of her and was yelling at her that she was, I think she said I called her a liar, right? That I called her a liar. But that never happened. And we produced about 10 different videos showing that nothing like that happened. And today we got 2 videos from the people she was with. And nowhere in those videos does it show, do you hear me yelling anything? Matter of fact, I am as far away from them as you can get, up against the corner of the building behind some trees, right? Literally as far away as you can get, because I wasn't taking any chances going anywhere near those people. And I went to where the cop told me to go, and then that was that. So so why 5 hours later did she suddenly remember this? And what was her excuse for it? Well, we'll see. She tells, I think later on, she said that what really happened, of course, now we know, was that Krusty saw me on the video during court. Okay, so she knows I'm in the general area. So she tells the people who, both of whom are McCabe's. She has 2 witnesses. They're both McCabe's, Colin and Megan McCabe. And they both write affidavits. And they both produce videos. And they both share their videos. And in neither video am I doing anything, but they likely went back and watched their videos, and they say, oh, there he is in the grassy knoll. I'm like away from everything, right? And that's it. And she's like, oh, good. We'll go down there and we'll say he yelled at me. And that's exactly what they did. And luckily I was not, I was charged, but I was not, didn't have my bail revoked or anything like that, because it's ridiculous. Now, so I'm not saying anything else about that. We're just going to wait. Those are the facts that are already out there, okay, that we've already said in court. So I'm not saying anything that you guys don't already know. So I'm just going to, we're not going to talk any more about strategy or anything like that. But I will say that there is a, and yeah, it is a crime, justice for all, for filing a false police report. But good luck getting the Dedham police to do anything. The Dedham police, remember, Krusty Panties came within 10. I did the same on July 22nd. I'm trying to walk to the courthouse, and Krusty Panties is right there. I have an order on her. I tell the Dedham police officer, who's right there, I have an order on her, and she needs to leave. And he goes, no, she was here first. And maybe we'll try that defense, because apparently, according to the Dedham Police Department, if you were there first in the town of Dedham, you get to stay. That's what the police said. But so anyway, we have the trial date is now being set for December 17th. We want the trial. We want it. We're ready. We are not afraid of this trial. We want to get this over with, do it, and get people on the record about shit. So we'll see what happens on December 17th. That is my trial date. And we'll see what happens. I have no doubt. I'm not going to be convicted. No fucking way. It's like if you were in, the TD Garden at a Celtics game and she was there across the floor, right? And I didn't see her. Like, that's within 100 yards, right? But it's a huge crowd, so you can't see it. So what the fuck? It's the same shit. I didn't even fucking know. But anyway, that's what I was doing there today. And I appreciate everybody who came. And then secondly, Krusty Panties was there. And this is another interesting thing. She happened to be getting arraigned for giving, again, for the third time, for violating the order against Lauren Murray. Because on July 22nd, at my hearing, Krusty Panties, or no, it was July, was it 11th or 22nd? I forget. It was the 22nd, I think. I had a hearing. What day was the Reed hearing? One was on the 11th, one was the 22nd. Whatever it was, she had no reason to go there, but she went, right? And she drove right by the courthouse. I'm inside, and she can't come in the courthouse because I have an order against her. But Lauren Murray also has an order against her, and Lauren Murray's outside the courthouse. She rolls down the window, sticks her middle finger out for a minute, and then yells, "Kill yourself," directly at, it was the 11th, thank you, and yells, "Go kill yourself," directly to Lauren Murray. And that's a violation. So Lauren goes to the Dedham police. They don't do shit at first. And then finally, they get around to charging her. And that should be a bail revocation because they charged her not only with violating the order on Lauren, but also felony witness intimidation. So if you're counting here, she's on bail in Leominster for witness intimidation. She's on bail in West Roxbury for violating an order. She's on bail in Stoughton for violating an order. And in Stoughton, they assigned, because Stoughton is Norfolk County, and because she works for Norfolk County, the Norfolk County, whatchamacallit, what am I drawing? Like district attorney's office. Because she basically works for them, there was a conflict in their office and they can't prosecute her. So they have a special prosecutor named Sean Kennedy from the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office who is prosecuting her in that case. Well, Dedham is also in Norfolk County. So they really should have put a special prosecutor on this one as well, because there's an obvious conflict with Michael Morrissey's office. She's also on bail in, with all these serious charges and all these other cases. So there should have been a bail revocation hearing for me, because when I was out on bail for witness intimidation and I got charged with another count of witness intimidation, which is exactly what's happened to her. She's on bail for witness intimidation and got charged with another count of witness intimidation. I had my bail revoked and I went to jail. So she really should too. And if there was any short of, fairness or justice or anything like that, but no. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office enjoys being they like people like her. That's the kind of person that they protect. People like her, people like Jennifer McCabe, like Colin Albert, like Brian Albert, like Michael Proctor. Those are the kind of people that they like in the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. They don't like honest people like Karen Reed. They certainly don't like me. And so Tim Bradle's there and he couldn't believe it. Like that this happened, that, they were not, let me see if I have this audio. Give me a sec. All right, let me play this audio. So Tim Bradle's there, and he one sec. All right, so let me play this audio for you. He calls the Norfolk County DA's office and asks for an explanation about what just happened. This is the explanation that they leave for him on a voicemail. Ready? Play this.
Hey, Tim, it's Mike Conley returning your call. Yeah, the Plymouth DA is still the special on the case, was unavailable to handle the matter today. I didn't want to get a continuance, just wanted to get the cases moving.
Oh, So the special prosecutor from Plymouth was supposed to handle it because here's the deal. The Norfolk County ADA never mentioned to the judge today that, oh yeah, the person being arraigned in front of you is out on bail for witness intimidation in Leominster, violating an order in Stoughton, and violating an order in West Roxbury against this same woman, against who's in the courtroom today. It just doesn't mention that at all. Doesn't move to revoke her bail. Nothing. And what was his explanation? What was his explanation for why? This is what?
Turning your call. Yeah, the Plymouth DA is still the special on the case, was unavailable to handle the matter today. I didn't want to get a continuance, just wanted to get the cases moving.
He just wanted to get the cases moving. The special prosecutor from Plymouth is still going to be assigned to this case, but he was busy today. So instead of just doing it another day, he just wanted to keep it moving. So they had somebody from the ADA's office. Suddenly the Norfolk County DA's office, which admits they have a conflict with her, suddenly doesn't have a conflict. So the conflict stops existing when they just want to get it over with. That's basically what he just said there. This is the most corrupt organization that has ever existed.
There was no bail request because I was informed
no bail request.
That this case was the subject of a bail revocation out of Stoughton utilizing these facts here. So a bail revocation had already been attempted. I think you're probably going to call from a Molly in the office that was the on-site advocate just because it was a summons arraignment and we would notify somebody in advance. But from here on out, it will be handled by Sean Kennedy from the Plymouth DA's office. If you have any other questions, I would just direct them his way.
Okay. So there you go. That's what corruption's like. So she gets to walk out of there. And let's also keep in mind that her boyfriend assaulted me on the courthouse steps of the West Roxbury District Courthouse on January 6, 2023. I filmed it. I filmed it with my phone. And I went to the Boston police with it. And the Boston police said that that's assault and battery. And they charged her. Or they charged him. And it never went to trial because his lawyer, his court-appointed attorney, asked for the original video from my phone to make sure it wasn't altered. The video of him assaulting me wasn't altered. He wanted the original video from my phone. Not a problem, except there's one problem. I don't have my phone. The state police took my phone, so I can't give them my phone. And so the Suffolk County DA's office tells the state police, we are ordering you to give the phone to us because it's being used in a criminal investigation and we need it for trial. The state police and the Norfolk County DA's office tell them to go fuck themselves. So the state police telling the Suffolk County District Attorney's office, no, we're not giving you the phone. Because of that, the charges were dropped. And just like that, it's just, again, that's her boyfriend, who has been arrested so many times for beating the shit out of her in front of the children, and is the reason that she lost her two other kids because she chose junkie dick over her kids. So there's that. I mean, this is, I got stories all day. So anyway, that's that. But anyway, let me read some turtle chats here, and then we'll get into the rubber ducky story, the new one. And I will just say this, right? I got to be perfectly honest with you. That day, February 26, 2024, that was not a good day for me. That was a bad day. And because keep in mind, I had just done 60 days in jail and 60 days away from my kid. It was horrible, horrible. And you get serious PTSD from that, about the whole chain of events leading up to it, crashing my car on Christmas Eve, being labeled in the news as a domestic abuser. It was horrible, man. Absolutely fucking horrible. 60 days away from your kids is fucking hell. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. If they were innocent, which I was. And so that was hard enough. and I never want to see this woman ever again because I see her and I associate it with the trauma, you know, and I don't want to be anywhere near her. I've been out for 3 days. She comes to where I am, and that sucks. Like that was with Jennifer McCabe, who was a huge smile on her face. That was traumatic. Like having to relive that and then to have yourself charged. I'm like, oh my God. I had just been let out of jail. I was so happy. And then I might go right back to jail. Like, what the fuck? This woman will not leave me alone. These two women, basically, who have teamed up together and they're using the state police and the DA's office to try to put me back in. And so today, like I've moved past it. And like I can be around the fake victim now, which she is a lot now. She comes around a lot still without being traumatized. You know what I mean? Like it's not like she means nothing to me now. Like I can like first of all, she looks horrible and I'm just horrible. And I'm embarrassed. I mean, I am embarrassed that I ever like, I'm like, what was I? Oh my God. Was I drunk the whole time? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, I have standards. Like, what? Anyway. So I've moved past it. I'm no longer like traumatized seeing her. But then today, having to rewatch all these videos and, you know, listen to those voicemails. And she called the cops like 7 times and we heard all those conversations she had with the police. It's like traumatic again. Like you're reliving it. And it was just a bad day, man. It was a bad day. So I was really excited to come on here tonight and see you fine people because you always make me feel better. But anyway, let me read some turtle chats here, shall we? Sherry starting us off right. She sends $100 and says, thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, Sherry. I really, really appreciate that. And again, you guys make it all worth it. It comes with a cost, you know, as you guys can see. Went to jail. I'm dealing with these fucking psychopaths. If I didn't do what I do, these people would not dedicate their life to, you know, being around me and stalking me. But I appreciate that. You guys make it all worth it. So thank you. Colleen sends $10 and goes, thank you for all you do, free Turtle Boy. Well, thank you very much, Colleen. It's my pleasure. And by the way, I'm really looking forward to Friday night. Friday night is trivia night in Taunton. We sold out. I've got all my questions made, and I'm going down there Thursday to set it all up, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing teams of 6. Oh, I'm supposed to make this announcement too. Hold on. Let me read this announcement. All right. Can you please remind people on the show to send trivia team requests to the email below? Okay. So how this works is we're having teams of 6. And if you have 6 people, that's great. You got a team. If you have 2 or 3 people and you want to be together, we can do that too. We're just going to have to combine you with some other people. Okay. And that's okay. You get to meet people. It'll be fun. And you're going to be drinking. It's going to be a good time. So the email is turtleboytrivianight@gmail.com. turtleboytrivianight@gmail.com. Okay. And she says, I've now entered everyone who has reached out to email. But only 80 out of about 200 people have responded. So if we don't hear from you, we have to put you on a random team. Like this has to be done ahead of time because it will be mass confusion when we get in there. If not, doors open at 8. From 8 to 9, drink, meet and greet, have a good time. Trivia starts at 9. Okay. So it's a 3-hour thing, 2 hours for the trivia. I will be live streaming it so you can play from home. It's going to be a good time. So we'll be randomly assigned if we don't hear from you by tomorrow night. So again, the email is turtleboytrivianight@gmail.com. Okay, so thank you for that. All right, next up, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Next turtle chat is from Ronald, sends $10. Goes, Ken Berkowitz is out for Halloween with Maura Healey dressed up as a little schoolgirl. Don't know if that's true, but to each their own. Thank you very much. Desiree sends $25 and goes, rubber ducky merch. We do need some rubber ducky merch. And we need just like a mass rubber ducky demonstration on the Canton Police Department's front lawn. Like John Como dressed up as a rubber ducky. We need a rubber ducky themed whatever. Like a massive protest. Biggest one we've had at the Canton Police Department. And just fucking rubber ducky. Like they are triggered. If they are triggered by rubber duckies, we will rubber ducky the shit out of them. Like obviously they don't like rubber duckies. Well, now you know. We're going to rubber ducky the shit out of them. So there I think we need to do that. So thank you very much to Desiree. DW sends $50 and goes, Duckgate. Duckgate needs to get out nationally. I agree. We need to make Canton Police the laughing stock of the country. How do we best do that? Well, I'm obviously going to cover it, and Sean of the Gulf will cover it, and Young Jerks will cover it, Melanie Little will cover it, and Brian LTL will cover it, and all the people in our circle of whatever will cover it. But we need the media to cover it too. Like they need, like I hope the Ted Daniels of the world and the Sue O'Connells of the world write about this, because this is outrageous, man. Rubber duckies. I'm like, there's no way they'll do the rubber ducky thing. Like there's no way they'll sink this low. Like when they arrested me and charged me with witness intimidation for comments on a YouTube show, I thought that was extreme, but they ain't gonna do. But then they did the Canton 9, and now they're doing rubber duckies. You can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. So thank you very much. They have no shame. Clearly, it doesn't bother them in the least. Semolina sends $20 and goes, hey, Aidan, I'm sorry to hear about the people being charged with sending messages to 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗃. My messages to her were also posted on another, but I live too far away for anyone normal to take the charges seriously. So that's what it is, huh? It's just about where you live. Like if you live local, they'll charge you, but if you live far away, they're going to be like, nah, not worth it. Interesting. Shout out to the Grant parody account on Twitter. Plevin was rage tweeting at it, believing it to be the real Grant, while demanding to be on the Glaire's show. No fucking way. I saw the Glare did post that he was, and that account is so good. That and the fake Kevin account is another good one. That they fool. Sometimes you think they're talking about them, but I saw that the Glare put a post up tonight contemplating inviting that Plevin has agreed to go on his show to debate him. You know, I'm conflicted on this. The Irishman in me loves to argue and would love to see the Glare just roast him and make a fool out of him. Right? I would love to see that. But at the same time, Plevin he's doing this because he wants attention, because he gets less than 200 viewers on his live streams. He just nobody is listening to him, and he desperately wants people to listen to him, and he's just not a serious person. Like, we should debate serious people. Unfortunately, there's just not many serious people on their side. And so I would say no. Honestly, I would say I would debate Julie Grant, because Julie Grant has a platform and she masquerades as a serious person. So I would do that. I would debate any of the McAlberts, but I would not debate somebody like Plevin, who's just not even attempting to be a serious person. Kevin is a cartoon. Kevin knows that. Kevin knows, like, Kevin is like, he's doing an act. Like, every day he gets up and he's like, let me guess what Plevin's talking about today. How we need to stand up against the mob, right? Or something like that. Oh, that's so original. Haven't heard that out of him so far. Oh, yeah, sure thing. So he's kidding around. He's not actually serious about anything that he says. So anyway, that's what I would recommend with that. So I'd be a no vote on that. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm a no vote. So even though it would be great seeing Will roast him, it's just he doesn't deserve it. Okay. Let me read some cash apps here. Let's see what we got. We have Candace sends $5 and has no comment, but thank you, Candace. Drea sends $15 and goes for a meal of food. Nice. Thank you very much, Drea. I'll get me a meal of food. I'm going to plan on that. Although with inflation these days, I mean, I got to go to Wendy's for that. So thank you very much. Ronald sends $25 and goes, Ken Berkowitz is Maura Healey's peg boy. Okay. Thank you, Ronald. You really don't like Berkey, huh? Bridget sends $5 and goes, please unblock BridgetBaronello@gmail.com. I don't think I ever blocked you, Bridget, but thank you very much. I don't block emails. Christina sends $5 and goes, why are these crazy women obsessed with you? The Intimidator. I don't fucking know. It's like, I just, because they're crazy. And that was my problem was, it's like Vince Vaughn on Wedding Crashers. Like he goes, maybe I did crazy. Maybe I did crazy. I dug it. I don't dig it anymore. I'm much different now. I'm much different. Seeing a therapist. I'm not into that shit anymore. I don't like crazy anymore. I like nice, mature, smart, responsible, beautiful blonde. Like that's what I like now. And I don't do crazy anymore. I'm done with that. So thank you very much, Christina. Tammy sends $20 and goes, to see Tully go down will be the ultimate statistic. Yes. That would be great to see him go down. 𝗵𝗄𝗆𝗆𝗆. Okay. Do we have any more turtle chats here? Okay, now, if anyone else wants their message read, you can click at the link at the top for turtle chat, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleBoy, and we can do it that way. All right. All right. So let's talk about this latest rubber ducky nonsense, shall we? Where'd it go? I had it queued up here. There it is. It's a good way to it's a good way to put it, Angela. There we go. Wants to be me, kind of. All right. Let's pull this up. So this is long, and I'm not going to be able to read every word of it. So a guy by the name of 𝗵𝗃 𝗃𝗃, I think is how he lives in Stoughton. He owns this. He's 65 years old, and he owns Canton Fence. It's his company in Canton. They have a sign outside saying Karen Reed was framed. It's great. Love that guy. Well, around 5-6 months ago, he's the guy that did the duck thing, that started the duck phenomenon, the rubber ducky thing. And he started posting rubber duckies outside of locations in Canton. And on the bottom of the ducks, it said things like Colin did it or Free Karen Reed, whatever. And that's why all these other people started doing rubber ducks, are like copycats. It's just a cute little thing. Like it's harmless, rubber duckies. And apparently, they have done a 6-month investigation into this guy for the rubber duckies. But it's not the state police. It's the Canton police. As a matter of fact, it's Chris Albert's personal bitch. This guy by the name of Tim Taylor. Let me see if I have a picture of him. I know I have it somewhere here. Oh, here he is. Okay. Tim Taylor, the tool bag. Tim Taylor, the tool bag. And I knew I recognized this guy. So he, according to Sean of the Gulf sources, he killed the dog. This is according to Sean of the Gulf sources. I don't know who his source is. Maybe he'll help verify that for me. But he made a post last November, I think, that in July of 2023, he left a dog in the car at the Canton Police Department, and the dog. I'll just read what was posted. I can't. I am not. And John Como sent me this. Halloween parade and party in Canton on October 29th. What if we were all ducks? We need to all be ducks. Like fucking free the ducks. Absolutely. But let me pull this up. Give me 1 second. All right. So this is a post that was made. It says, during a very hot summer day in July of 23, CPD Detective Taylor reported for duty as he always would with his dog in tow. He would go to roll call and then leave and bring the dog to dog daycare in town. On this day, after multitasking, he forgot the dog, and as heat levels are always talked about in hot cars, the dog was left and discovered by CPD personnel. The heat led to the dog's demise, and a perimeter was established to keep people away from the Jeep. A scene was cordoned off, and cars were strategically parked so the public couldn't view the lot. Sergeant Paul 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 and Lieutenant Michael Lenk were summoned to bring the dog to an incinerator in Middleborough. Animal control. 𝗫 was called for her actions are unknown. However, the chief and another employee at the town and Detective Albert interviewed the dog owners, and it's unclear if any action was taken. Nothing was entered for the daily police log. This is a tragic mistake that was made by the dog owner. But what is more bothersome are the actions or inaction taken by Chief Rafferty, as it has caused great strife within the rank and file of the officers she commands. This is exactly why a yes vote would be beneficial to the citizens of Canton. So this is right up before the that thing happened. Okay, this is right before the audit happened. Again, I am not reporting that as fact. That is something that was posted that Sean McDonough, I think he made that post in the this is back in November. He made this post, and he says he has sources, so that is what he's reporting. And if that's true, that's horrific. Again, and nothing would surprise me with this police department. Nothing at all. Okay, so let's get back to this. To Tim Taylor, who this guy is and what he does. Oh, and one more thing. Tim Taylor is also Chris Albert's personal escort. So on September 26, 2023, last year, I went to a select board meeting. This is like 2 weeks before I was charged. Chris Albert tries to get a restraining order on me 2 days after this and fails. So
shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame. What are you smiling about, Chris? What are you smiling about, Chris? What are you smiling about, Chris? What are you? Seriously, what are you smiling? What'd you bring a notepad for? Go right to your foot edge. Go ahead on your foot edge or whatever fucking time you're on. Yeah, I didn't know Is democracy dead in Canton? Yes. Have you guys banned is the First Amendment officially suspended?
Watch this.
Chris. Whoa. What's this violence? What's this all about? I'm just trying to ask an elected official a question. I can't ask an elected official a question.
So this guy right here, this is Tim Taylor. So Tim Taylor was standing there the entire time. He is Chris Albert's personal escort. The taxpayers pay. There's a uniform cop there, but this guy's job is being Chris Albert's bitch. That's who Tim the Tool Bag Taylor is. He is Chris Albert's personal bitch. and he is there to escort him to his car.
When are you going to resign from the Board of Selectmen, Chris?
We have it on tape. We have it on tape, Chris.
When are you,
We have it on tape.
Chris,
We have it on tape, you murderer.
don't you think you should resign, Chris? Isn't it kind of ironic that you're on the traffic subcommittee, but you killed a man? Isn't that just a little bit ironic, Chris? Chris, what time did your son Colin leave 34 Fairview Road on the morning of January 29, 2022? Who picked him up? Who called 𝗬𝗄𝗽𝗃𝗺 to pick up Colin that night, Chris? Who called 𝗬𝗄𝗽𝗃𝗺 to pick up Colin? Was it you? Whose Ford Edge was that parked that Lucky Laughlin saw at 3 in the morning, Chris?
You're not driving tonight. What? I know all about you.
Chris.
See what he says to Richie there? Hope you're not driving tonight. I know all about you. Another veiled threat. It's funny. He's really scared. He says he's intimidated doing this.
Chris. Oh, wait. Do you have a license, Chris? Do you get to keep your license after killing a man?
You don't walk me in my car, right?
Do you?
You're going to walk me to my car, right? He says to him. What a fucking loser. You're going to walk me to my car, right? I'm scared of 𝗃𝗏𝗺𝗺 scaring me. I'm so scared. You're going to walk me there, right? Are you going to kiss me goodbye? Oh, I'm so scared of the 𝗃𝗏𝗺. I'm so tough sometimes. Except you're going to walk me to my car, right? Mr. 𝗃𝗏𝗺, you going to make sure me okay? Me no get boo-boos? Oh, yeah. He okay.
You need an escort, Chris? I'm not going to hurt you, Chris. I just want to ask you a few questions. Come on. Come on.
You got when you frame innocent people for murdering.
Chris, are you at all worried about your son going to jail? Are you?
Of course he ain't.
What about your brother? Are you worried about Brian going to jail for killing Boston police officer John O'Keefe for their role in murdering Boston police officer John O'Keefe? You think that's funny, Chris? Chris, how do you afford a car if you owe $60,000 in taxes? How'd you pay for this car, Chris?
Chris,
How'd you pay for yours?
How'd you pay for yours? Oh, how'd you pay for yours? With money. With money, Chris, because I don't have a million judgments against me. So I have good credit. And I just paid cash, to be perfectly honest with you, because I sold a lot of t-shirts. So I'm good. How'd you pay for yours? Oh, yeah, he looks really intimidated here. He's so intimidated.
Was that? How'd you pay for yours? With money. With that, with money. I mean, what's...
So anyway, that's Tim Taylor. He is Chris Albert's. I saw him that night and I kind of felt bad for him. I'm like, this guy got dealt the short end of the stick. Like he got stuck on Chris Albert bitch duty. No, turns out he likes it. So he writes a 36-page report. Okay. And I'm going to read some of the highlights here. First is about how they're both, him and Colin are both witnesses in the so in October of 2023, I began an investigation into one particular matter. The investigation later led me to charge an individual of violations of MGL, blah, blah, blah. I don't know who that is. October of 2023? Okay. Beginning in 2020, they started to become the target of several incidents, including but not limited to harassment. Okay. These investigations have led to several individuals being charged criminally with misdemeanors or felonies. No, actually, the only person... no, it's just me. I'm the only one who's ever been charged with any sort of crime. They tried. Magistrate wouldn't even charge these people with the other stuff, but okay. But just read the language in this. Later in 2023, conspiracy theorists, that's what we are. Conspiracy theorists. Like, no. How about journalists? How about activists? How about people with common sense? Claimed that on the night of Friday, January 28th into Saturday, Colin was inside the house at 34 Fairview Road at the same time as John O'Keefe, and that Colin Albert murdered John O'Keefe. We said he was there at the same time. We don't know who murdered John O'Keefe. To me, they're all guilty of something. If they were there when a murder took place, they were all there when a murder took place. That I know of, because John was clearly inside the house. His phone was moving up and down 3 flights of stairs, which can only happen if you go up and down 3 flights of stairs. You know how I know? Like, let's look at my Apple Health data right now. All right. I'm trying to think of, where was I today? Did I even climb? How many? I'm going to go on my Apple Health and see what it says for stairs. This is so fucking accurate. And check it out once in a while on yours if you guys have it. Show all health data. Flights climbed. Okay. Day. Show all data. Okay. For October 1st. So. These are the flights I climbed. I'm trying to align where I did each flight. Okay. Let's see. 12:21 p.m. I did 1 flight of stairs. That would be when I got home. Parked in the garage and walked up a flight of stairs. There's 1. 3:45 p.m. 1 flight of stairs. That would be, where the fuck was I at 3:41? Oh, that's when I went to go to pick up my kids at the bus stop, right? And I went up a flight of stairs there. So I did that one too. 4:23 p.m. I did another flight of stairs. Oh, that's when I went down a flight of stairs to take my daughter to get in the garage and take my daughter to cheerleading practice. Then another one at 6:51. Oh, I know that one because then I took my son to football practice and we got back and I brought him upstairs up a flight of stairs. 6:51. Then 7:22, another flight of stairs happens. Oh, I know that one. That's when I went back down the stairs because his mother got home and then I left because that's what I do because I don't live there. So that was at 7:22. And then that's it. That's it. Oh, wait, no, there's one more. There's one more. One more flight of stairs. I came in. What time does this one say? Oh, 7:35. So 7:35, that would be, of course, when I got back here and I walked up 1 flight of stairs. There we go. So there we go. Accurate as fuck. It chronicles every flight of stairs I did, and I remember all of them. Period. So anyway, we know that John was in the house. Like, it's undeniable that John was in the house, and that if John was in the house, that means the people inside there beat the shit out of him. Now we know how do we know Colin Albert was there? We need to go over this again. Tell me no news. Colin Albert in the house. Okay. Let's go to this Canton Coverup part 350. All right. So let's just review how we know Colin Albert's in the house. This is what they entered into evidence showing that Colin Albert was gone. This text message between Colin, it just says Colin at the top, and 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵. And he's saying, Mikey's making me shotgun a beer. Sorry. So that's the day before, though. That's 12:17 a.m. So at 11:54 p.m., he goes, you can come get me now. He told investigators later on that he was at Mikey Leonidas' house or whatever his name is. So how do we know that he's not telling 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗵, come pick me up now at 11:54 at Mikey's house? How do we know he's not at how do we know this come pick me up is from 34 Fairview Road? How did he get to 34 Fairview Road? They want us to believe that he got to 34 Fairview Road on his own somehow. Somebody gave him a ride there just so he could say happy birthday to his autistic gay cousin, Brian Jr. Okay. Sure thing. And she's, okay, I'm driving people home now, she allegedly says. Word, get me after, KK, 1210 here. Where's here? Where's here? So this is their smoking gun saying that he wasn't there, that she was picked him up to get out of there at 1210 before John got there. Yet she just says here. How do we know here isn't Mikey's house? And that she picked him up at Mikey's house and brought him back there, and he got there right around the same time as John. How do we know? How do we know that? Here. Oh, and he goes, okay. And then the next day, it's all over the news that John O'Keefe was found dead on the lawn, and they supposedly left this house 10 minutes before John got there. Wouldn't they talk about that the next day? Like, yo, did you see the news? My neighbor and Kaylee's dad, uncle dad, they found him dead on the lawn. You see that? That shit's crazy. They charged his girlfriend with murder. Holy shit. They don't even talk about it. They don't talk again until February 20th. They don't even talk about the murder that happened. You can easily just delete any text messages from your phone on an iPhone very easily. And it's just, they're gone. And somehow Bev let this in as evidence. That means shit. But more importantly, like, this is a call this is the call from Aaron Beatty's phone showing that Colin Albert called her at 12:33 a.m. and she didn't pick up. Why is Colin Albert calling her at 12:33 a.m.? No kids those ages, they don't call each other either. They just text or something, you know? Nobody calls. It's very unusual for her to call him. And because the Beattys have not gotten on board with Karen Reed is guilty and they support Karen Reed, Aaron Beatty has been socially ostracized in that town. She used to be in their clique of kids. She's not now. Jill Harrison Thomas told her to, I think, stop talking and put a dick in your mouth or something like that. I mean, just horrid shit. I met Aaron Beatty and Tom Beatty outside the courthouse. She seems like a great kid, and good for her for not for standing up to talk about standing up to the mob. Like, I wonder if Kevin's going to do a thing on Aaron Beatty standing up to the mob, because that's exactly what she did. So there's that. Anyway, Chris claims that, and like, first of all, let's just talk about how bad they want to keep Colin Albert out of that house. Why? If John didn't go in the house, then who cares if Colin was in the house, right? But they insist that Colin was never inside that house. They go out of their way they're not trying to say that Brian Albert wasn't in the house, or Brian Albert Jr. or Caitlin Albert or anybody like that. But no, Colin, no, Colin was not there. Why? What does it matter if Colin was in the house? But they go so hard in trying to prove that Colin was not inside that house. But Chris offers testimony that kind of puts him in there. A lot of people forget this. He tells Adam Lally that he arrived at his home on Maple Street between 12:05 and 12:10 and was awoken 10 minutes later by Colin. Listen to this.
So about what time was it that you got home? Sometime between, I'd say 5 past and 10 past 12, somewhere in that window. And
so he says he got home between 12:05 and 12:10, except there's just one problem with that. It's just one problem with that. This is waterfall surveillance video at 12:13, almost 12:14, and there's Chicken Parm Charlie. So he couldn't have been home at 12:05, between 12:05 and 12:10, and because he's at the waterfall at 12:13. He's going to walk out that door by 12:14. It is an 8-minute walk from that place to his apartment. So he gets home no earlier than 12:22. No earlier. All right? Timing is important. He told David Yannetti under cross-examination, listen to this.
And I think we agreed it was around 12:20 or so, give or take a minute.
Roughly.
And you made a beeline for your bedroom.
Correct.
Did you fall asleep shortly thereafter?
Soon after.
Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Did I just click out of that? Hold on. Soon after. Canton, Coverup, part 350. Sorry, I'll bring that back up. Soon after, he goes. Nope, wrong one.
And I think we agreed it was around 12:20 or so, give or take a minute.
Roughly.
And you made a beeline for your bedroom.
Correct.
Did you fall asleep shortly thereafter?
Soon after.
Within 5 minutes or so? 10 minutes?
I started to doze off. I don't know exactly how soon after I fell asleep.
All right.
So he gets home, we know, no earlier than 12:22, goes upstairs and doesn't really remember what he did, but he fell asleep sometime.
Sometime within 5 or 10 minutes, would you say?
I would say more like within 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So
Okay.
15 minutes. So he gets home by 12:22, dozes off within 15 minutes. Now we're up to 12:37. 12:37. No calling yet.
So with regard to getting home, and we'll call it 12:19, because I think that's more consistent with what you said. And understanding that it's just an estimate. If you're walking in the door at 12:19, it takes you maybe a minute to get upstairs.
About a minute.
You kicked off your sneakers downstairs, I imagine.
Maybe. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Okay. And then you walked up 2 flights of stairs. Right?
Probably ran up the stairs because I was cold.
Okay. All right.
He ran.
Around 12:20 or so, correct?
Roughly, yeah.
And you believe that you dozed off about 15 minutes later, which would have made it about 12:35?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
Now, when you came home, you would agree with me that your son, Colin Albert, was not home, correct?
Not when I first got home.
And in fact, I think your testimony was that 10 minutes after you got home, he opened the bedroom door.
I think that's what I said, yeah.
Do you want to stick with that?
I'm just trying to recollect what I, thinking it over. So
What?
obviously it was a little bit longer.
Because you actually woke up when he opened the bedroom door, correct?
I don't think so.
So I'm doing the math here. Okay. And the math just ain't mathing too much to me. Right. So he's saying that he got home. Colin wakes him up 10 minutes. So he dozes off. And then Colin wakes him up 10 minutes after that. So if he dozes off at 12:35 and Colin wakes him up after that because he just got home, that would be 12:45. So there's no way that, what's her name, 𝗵𝗲𝗄𝗆𝗵, picked him up at 12:10, and it took 35 minutes to get, what is that? Less than 2 miles from 34 Fairview Road to Chicken Parm Charlie's place? Math ain't mathin'. Now, if he left there at, I don't know, 12:33, like that call log indicates, that would make a little bit more sense. But it would also put him in the house at the same time as John O'Keefe, who was undeniably inside the house because his Apple Health data shows him going up and down 3 flights of stairs. It's just that fucking simple, guys. John's in the house because we know the Apple Health data shows he's in the house. Undeniable. Oh, no, they'll say, but the witnesses say that he wasn't. Yeah, because they don't want to get in trouble for murder. Of course they're going to fucking say that. People lie when they are facing jail time. So they lie. It's not really covering it up so much as it is just lying because they don't want to go to jail. Because that's what people do when they don't want to go to jail. Jail. So we know that John's in the house. And we know John is in the house between 12:22 and 12:24 because that's when this Apple Health data shows him going up and down 3 flights of stairs. So, what am I missing here? Well, Colin Albert, we now know, had to have been there until at least 12:30. At least. Because he doesn't get home till 12:45, according to Chris Albert. According to Chris Albert. That's it. According to this guy, that happened. That happened. Oh, and there they are. Look at these douchebags. These are grown-ups. Sending these to John O'Keefe on his lawn. Acting like fucking idiots. Getting evicted from their homes. Oh, there he is. There's the board. Known these people forever. Anyway. Oh, yeah, there's Brian Albert arriving for court, too. We know that. So let's get back to the report. So this idea that Colin was not in the house at the same time is just a lie. But he calls us conspiracy theorists, which is completely inappropriate for an officer to put that in a report to reach that conclusion. Both of these claims were completely disproven via testimony. So it's just disproven because people in the house who were there for a murder said he wasn't there, and he calls that disproven. That doesn't disprove shit. Goes on to say, I mean, I just can't believe he had the gall. Completely disproven. Who testified under oath during the every witness present inside 34 Fairview Road and later testified under oath, all stated John O'Keefe never entered the residence. State Police Trooper Garino also testified that GPS data from John O'Keefe's cell phone showed that he never entered 34 Fairview Road. Oh, little known fact, Trooper Garino got hit by a car last night by a drunk driver. How's that for karma? You guys might have seen it on the news. A trooper was tailgated by a drunk driver from Pittsburgh and was in Newton District Court today. He was working at, I don't know if he was working at detail or just driving. You might have seen it on the news. That was Garino. That was hit by a drunk driver yesterday. That was him. That hasn't come out yet. That's breaking news on 𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏 first. That was Nick Garino. And he got hit by a drunk driver named Karma, who tailgated him and busted his ass. So there's that. So yeah, but that was Garino. Yeah, that has not come out publicly yet. It will. The trooper was Nicholas Garino. So you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. A drunk driver named Karma tailgated his ass. Yeah. The driver must have missed him, like he missed those 32,000 text messages. Anyway, he's lucky he didn't die. I'll say this for Nick Garino's fault. He should be very happy he didn't die because he probably hasn't been to confession yet. I'm sure eventually good Catholic boy like Nicholas Garino he knows that damnation awaits him if he doesn't if he dies with this on his conscience. So the odds that he's been to a confessional and confessed his sins and his involvement in the cover-up of the murder of John O'Keefe and the framing of Karen Reed is very slim. So he should be lucky because if she killed him, I mean, whatever. If he dies, he dies kind of thing. But like you burn in eternal hell. Like being as a Catholic, you at least get to it's a pretty sweet deal. You just go to confession. And if you're really sorry, you get to go to heaven still. You can be like the worst person in the world your whole life. And if you just confess, it's kind of a scam that we have as Catholics. Like it's a way to cheat the system. You can just be a scumbag your entire life and then just confess at the last minute. And that's it. You just get to go to heaven. But obviously, you know, he probably hasn't done that yet. So he's very lucky he didn't die because eternal damnation awaits him. But anyway, back to this. Every witness, blah, blah, blah. So Trooper Guarino also testified the GPS data shows that he never entered the house. Well, he also said that moving your phone up and down like this in the car would somehow cause somebody to go up and down 3 flights of stairs. So he's not exactly a reliable person who knows what he's talking about. Goes on to say, the testimony and evidence made it impossible for Chris Albert to be a suspect, Colin Albert to be a suspect. Impossible. Contrary to the conspiracy theory that Colin Albert murdered John O'Keefe. The conspiracy has led to various harassment and littering incidents, including but not limited to the use of the tagline, Colin did it, stamped in red ink on counterfeit $100 bills, also known as like play money. Like we used to call that wait, don't let this guy around a game of Monopoly. He will be, oh shit, there's counterfeit money everywhere here. Like I've seen these counterfeit $100 bills. They're jokes. It's obviously no counterfeit bills are supposed to pass as real legal tender. I've seen these things. Nobody looks at them like that looks real. Like it's a fucking joke. And this is another thing. So people have been doing the rubber ducky thing and the fake money thing with the stamp that says Colin did it on it. It's a joke. These late incidents have led to a social movement that has harassed Chris and Colin Albert. Oh. Or like Chris Albert's also an elected official who killed a man, but okay. Telling them to tell the truth. Oh no, what's wrong with tell the truth? Why can't you say that? And they cannot duck the truth about John O'Keefe's death. Both have given contradictory to this conspiracy theory. Both have given testimony contradictory to this conspiracy. Therefore, these incidents are intended to persuade both of them to alter their previously given testimony. So they have it in writing now. The official policy of the police is that when you tell these people to tell the truth, you are telling them to alter their testimony. Because apparently, the police believe that they have not told the truth. So telling them to tell the truth is somehow a violation of the policy. Okay. That's what they say. In July of 2024, the trial ended. Deadlocked and a mistrial was declared. Therefore, it is still an ongoing matter that has not been fully adjudicated, and a new trial is scheduled for January 25. They are both expected to testify as witnesses for the Commonwealth in the next trial as well. This investigation, as further described below, has been an ongoing investigation for 6 months. It has included letters of preservation, the execution of search warrants. Okay, so let's go through this. Rubber duckies and fake money gets all this. Okay, nobody was hurt in this. Certainly nobody died. Now compare that to the murder of John O'Keefe, a dead cop. Tell me how many of these things happened. Letters of preservation. Have the police sent out any sort of letters of preservation in the John O'Keefe investigation? Besides like Karen Reed's infotainment system, I guess. I don't know. Or my cell phone records, maybe. But certainly no one else has had anything like that. Judge Krupp ordered them to preserve their phones. But luckily they knew that was coming and they destroyed the phones the day before. But okay, so that the execution of search warrants. They didn't even apply for a search warrant to enter 34 Fairview Road. Surveillance, okay, including my own observations. Okay, don't have that witness statements. How many witnesses inside 34 Fairview Road were not interviewed? Like, oh, I know one. Oh, I know one. I know one who was never interviewed. His name's Colin Albert. Yeah. Another one who was not interviewed until 18 months after. Or name's Caitlin Albert. Oh, there's another one that drove right by the house. He claims at 1:45 when there would have been a body outside. He didn't know what time it was. His name's Tristan Morris. He couldn't tell you what time it is, but we could tell you it was 1:45. But none of them were interviewed. Interesting. On Wednesday, March 6th, at approximately 4:30, the Canton police received a report of counterfeit $100 bills being littered in the area of the intersection of Washington at Revere Street. Where's Revere Street? Revere Street, Canton. Oh, that's that little street there. Okay. It's right by the waterfall. All right, right by the waterfall there. Okay. All right. So, this is 100 yards from D&E Pizza. So not even at D&E. Upon officers me and McDonald's arrival to the area, they were handed 20 counterfeit $100 bills in an envelope that had Justice for John O'Keefe, last watched 2/29/2022 on it. So they got the wrong date. Additionally, Colin Did It was stamped on the back. According to the witnesses that provided officers the envelope containing the counterfeit money, they stated the incident occurred at approximately 2 to 2:30 p.m. Further investigation by the officers for video surveillance of the area yielded no results. Okay. I noticed that the date of 2/29 was incorrect. His date was 1/29/2022. So he thought, again, if you get a call, if this happened in Worcester, the police would be like, what the fuck do you want us to do? Because it's a city, and they'd be like, bro, we got murders and shit here. We don't, somebody found counterfeit dollar bills. Okay. So throw them away. Somebody fucking, what? They actually tried pulling surveillance video and they didn't find anything. A week later, second incident. CPD received another report of $100 bills littered in front of D&E Pizza. This area can easily be observed by anyone there. Lieutenant Gallagher, of course, arrives and stops traffic. He stopped traffic to collect the money. The bills located by the officers in the area were the exact same counterfeit bills recovered by officers on March 6th. They displayed Justice for BPO John O'Keefe stamped on the front and Colin Did It on the back. So we have a serial person here doing bad things. On Saturday, April 6th, the third incident happens. At approximately 3:25, he was made of a call to the CPD in regards to littering in the area of Richard Lewis formal wear and Kevin Michaels men's fine clothing. That is way too long for a business name, and I'm not telling anyone how to do their business, but shorten it up, please. And this appears to be right. Oh, that's in that little plaza there. That's like right next to D&E Pizza, it looks like. Okay, right next to it. As noted in Officer Pasquarelli's report, the items littered were counterfeit $100 bills, blah, 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 the same. Colin Did It. And there was a sticker on it this time that said Colin Did It. Okay. Colin Did It is a phrase that's been used to accuse Colin Albert of murdering John O'Keefe instead of Karen Reed. Karen Reed is currently charged with second-degree murder. Okay. The 626 Washington address is in the immediate vicinity of D&E. Chris and Colin are both witnesses. Both testified in the grand jury in regards to the Commonwealth versus Reed. This is untrue. This is just a factually incorrect statement. Colin Albert did not testify in the grand jury for Karen Reed versus Commonwealth. That's just untrue. That grand jury took place in May and April of 2022. Colin Albert was never questioned by police at all until July of 2023. He was questioned by a federal grand jury before he was ever questioned by a state grand jury. So that is a complete lie there, a complete lie. Colin Albert was visited by the FBI at his dorm room and given a subpoena in April of 2023. Colin Albert drives a Ford Edge, the same kind of car that was seen parked outside of Brian Albert's house at 3 a.m. by Lucky Loughran. CPD has been called to this area for the same $100 bills, blah, 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 blah. Officers Chin and 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃 recovered at least 70 of the bills and 6 yellow rubber ducks. Ooh. I took custody of them and placed them into temporary evidence. So, again, they found John's blood at the scene and put it in a red Solo cup that they put inside a Stop and Shop bag. But the rubber ducks, he takes those very seriously. At approximately 5 p.m., I was advised by 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃 that while on his way from the Canton Police Department, he noticed several more rubber ducks and counterfeit bills along Boulevard Street, okay, and into the area of blah, 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 blah. So this is down, again, same general area. Actually, no. This is kind of down the street more. Officer Kavanaugh was dispatched to retrieve the ducks and bills. Upon his return to the CPD, I took custody of them and put them into temporary evidence. I was made aware of more ducks with Colin did it stickers on them being located throughout the town of Canton. By the way, Colin did what? Colin fought the Advantage Boys? Colin did what? Colin who? Why is this necessarily a Colin Albert thing? Colin Albert murdered John O'Keefe. Why are they jumping to that conclusion? Where is the evidence of that? And more importantly, you're allowed to have that opinion. You're allowed to have the opinion in the United States of America that Colin did it. You are. There's plenty of cases out there with a person who was later charged, was originally was later arrested, but at the time they were just a witness. Like the one that comes to mind is Pam Hupp, that one. Like she was a witness against 𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃, who was wrongfully convicted of murdering his wife, and Pam Hupp was the star witness for the Commonwealth or for the state of Missouri. And she ends up getting charged, and she's in jail for the rest of her life for that. So if you had written on a rubber ducky in St. Louis, Missouri, Pam Hupp did it, you would be arrested because she hadn't been charged yet. You're allowed to have the opinion that somebody committed murder. You're allowed to express that. You're allowed to write it down. You're allowed to put it on a rubber ducky. You're allowed to put it on a sign. If Colin Albert doesn't like that, if Colin Albert feels like he didn't murder anyone, Colin Albert is more than welcome to get an attorney or do it pro se and file a defamation lawsuit against that person for defaming them. That's civil court. We don't charge people with crimes for expressing an opinion that somebody else says is inaccurate. That's not how it works. You're allowed to say Colin did it. This address is currently the address where his elderly parents reside. So, like, apparently some of these were found in the area of John O'Keefe's house. Okay? And both of these minor children testified at the retrial. More of the ducks were located at various points on York Street leading into Stoughton. So we left a breadcrumb trail of duckies into Stoughton. Officers Chin and Healy recovered the ducks on York Street. Where the hell is York Street in Canton? York Street, Canton. Okay, I see it there. It kind of is, I mean, it looks like a pretty big street. It's parallel with 138. It's barely in Canton. It's barely in Canton. It's like right on the Randolph line. But I guess it goes in and takes you to Avon eventually. But I guess it brings you into Stoughton at some point. I don't know. Either way, they find more duckies over there. And these duckies are, of course, brought to the CPD, put into evidence. A confidential witness who is known to me. Who's that? Was the party that located the ducks in the areas around John O'Keefe's house. The CI informed me of the ducks that he provided to me were also collected on York Street. In total, the CI provided me with a bag containing 16 yellow ducks that said Colin did it on it. The CI has been the subject of numerous incidents of harassment, confrontations, and doxed online due to their support of Colin Albert and the Albert family. Who do you think this person is? It's a guy, but who is the CI that they're not naming? Therefore, their identity is known to myself and the Commonwealth, and they are fearful for any repercussions that may result due to them providing information. Okay, so who is this person? Is this Mark Grossman? This smells of Mark Grossman to be honest with you. Some McAlbert Stan. So they found 36 ducks with Colin did it on it. Okay. 70 counterfeit $100 bills. Blah, blah, blah. Again, CPD responds to D&E Pizza. They have been the target of numerous incidents of harassment and unwanted parties at his business regarding the ongoing Commonwealth versus Reed trial. This includes harassing telephone calls and other incidents of harassment that led to the execution of subpoenas and blah, 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 but not limited to, okay, all this shit. These incidents have not only caused emotional injury, but also economic injury to the family business. Why are they throwing emotional and economic injury in there? Because the Massachusetts witness intimidation statute is the only one in the country that says that a witness, somebody who's been labeled as a witness for the government, if they suffer emotional or economic injury, that the person who made them suffer this emotional injury is guilty of witness intimidation. The problem with emotional injury is it's subjective. Anyone can just say, I'm emotionally injured. I'm sad. I was indicted because a bunch of people said that I made them sad. I didn't hurt anyone. I didn't threaten anyone. I just made some people sad. So therefore, I'm guilty. And they know this. They have basically shamelessly exploited this emotional and economic injury bullshit. Okay? All right. Oh, he figured out, by the way, that February 29th, 2022 was not a leap year. He figured it out, guys. Okay. So they got the wrong stamp. He got a stamp at a 2 instead of the 1. Okay. All right. Another constant feature of the counterfeit bills was on the rear of the bill. It says Colin did it. It was the same on every bill. They appear to have been stamped. Ooh. Okay. 11 of the same ducks, including stickers, were recovered from 2 Wentworth Road to 33 Wentworth Road. The ducks were located at various addresses on Wentworth Road, including where Michael Proctor lives with his young children. They always say the young children. Oh, no. Children will see rubber ducks. Oh, no. Why are they even mentioning that? Who gives a shit? It didn't say Michael Proctor did it, right? It said Colin did it. So who cares if Michael Proctor... How is Michael Proctor suffering from witness intimidation from a duck that says Colin did it? Riddle me that one. As I began the investigation into this matter, I knew that a witness had seen the counterfeit bills being thrown from a black pickup truck, heading southbound on Washington Street. Over the next several days, I attempted to locate any black pickup trucks that may have been in the area. Upon reviewing a flock traffic camera at Neponset and Washington Street intersection. I was able to locate a black pickup truck that passed by the flock camera at 325 heading northbound. It appeared to be a Toyota with the chrome front grille. I took note of the fact that it did not have a Massachusetts license plate affixed to the front of the vehicle. It had a novelty license plate that appeared to have the thin blue line thing on it. Okay. I was later provided with surveillance from outside D&E at approximately 326. A black pickup truck passes through, and I took note of the chrome wheels and accents as it passed by D&E. Okay. So he does all this stuff about the truck. On April 9th, I was able to obtain video surveillance footage from 𝗀𝗄𝗄𝗃 Table. 𝗀𝗄𝗃 Table is owned by Renee Roberts, the sister-in-law of Kerry Roberts. She works at, you got it, 𝗃𝗃 Realty, and was hostile to the Karen Reed people. Renee Roberts. 𝗃𝗃 Realty is the murder. If you want to, they're the most pro-murder realty company around. They're not afraid to help sell a home if you murdered someone inside the home and you want to get rid of it real quick without causing too much attention. Just call 𝗃𝗃 Realty, the official realty company of murderers in Norfolk County. So there's that. I was able to review several clips of video surveillance from various angles. Each video camera captures the black pickup truck. Again, here's another question. 𝗀𝗄𝗃's Table, does 𝗀𝗄𝗃's Table have, so they do have surveillance video. Did they get surveillance video from January 29th, 2022? Because, wow, if Karen Reed's taillight was broken, maybe they could get a good look at it. Maybe the Canton police could have looked for any homes or businesses that have surveillance video. They clearly liked looking for surveillance video. They did it for the goddamn rubber duckies and the counterfeit bills, but they won't do it for a murder. Interesting. The display time is off by 1 hour. Okay. The system display did not adjust for daylight savings. According to 𝗀𝗄𝗃's Table manager, Eric Hanlon, the realtor who sold Brian Albert's house. Of course. A side exterior camera that captures traffic driving towards 𝗀𝗄𝗃's Table shows the black Toyota enter blah, 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 blah. So they see at 𝗀𝗄𝗃's Table a whole bunch. They read it all, okay? Then he gets more surveillance footage from 𝗬𝗏 Jewish Center, okay? And sees the truck on there as well. So they got tons of surveillance footage of this truck around the time of the crime. Okay? All right. He also goes to Homes, 10 Canterbury Drive, and he gets a Ring camera. So the police can go to random homes in Canton and ask for Ring camera. Like, I don't know, why didn't there was a whole bunch of like, you know who else did that? Me. I went to homes in Canton that had Ring camera that were on the path that Karen Reed took back to John O'Keefe's house and said, did the police ever come to look at your Ring camera to maybe see if there's a woman that drove by with a broken taillight? And all of them said no. But the rubber duckies, oh, they're gonna ask you for your Ring for that. I obtained video footage captured by cameras located at several Town of Canton locations provided by Louis Jutras. So he gets like the Town Hall one, Cabot Field, so many different, the transfer station, you name it. He gets it everywhere. This Toyota Tundra truck is everywhere. Okay? He gets the license plate. It's identified as belonging to Canton Fence Company in Stoughton. The owner is Richard 𝗃𝗏. Okay. And they find his home address. And he's the only, so like they got him. They got him. He's got him. Lieutenant Gallagher was in the area at the time and began to conduct surveillance on the vehicle. While conducting surveillance of the vehicle, Gallagher observed 𝗃𝗏 approach the driver's side of the vehicle, enter the vehicle, and drive away from the area. Ooh, Gallagher got him. He's earning that $325,000 a year, ladies and gentlemen. On Wednesday, April 10th, Detective Barber of the Stoughton Police conducted a trash pull. Okay? They watch a dump truck or a trash truck, garbage truck come by and put the trash bag in the truck. Okay? And then they go and pull those 3 bags out of the truck. Just to review, Tim Taylor, Detective Tim Taylor, is so much of Chris Albert's bitch that Chris Albert cries that rubber duckies made him sad. And this sorry motherfucker is like, oh, Chris, what do you need? I will literally go through someone else's trash to get to the bottom of the rubber duckies that are making you so sad. Oh my God. And of course, guess where this guy went to high school? Canton High School. He's a lifelong townie. Like, he's literally living his dream. What if you ever see Tim Taylor in public, it is your civic duty to point out what a pathetic loser he is. Like, what a fucking chode. You went to the police academy and wanted to be a cop so that you could grow up to be Chris Albert's rubber ducky bitch. Because that's I let me see this motherfucker in public. I will tell him what a fucking pathetic pussy bitch ass punk that he really is. Oh, trash pull. So he starts looking through it with Detective Theodore. Gee, I wonder if he's related to Tom Theodore. It's the most incestuous town ever. Okay, he found empty prescription medical bottles prescribed to Richard 𝗃𝗏, an Amazon package envelope, and a FedEx package envelope. The white box was a white box with partially washed off blue ink that stated "Justice for John O'Keefe." The font style was the exact same size from the money. Oh no. A Google search yields the first link as an Amazon package where this prop money of $100 bills can be purchased. Oh, the counterfeit money was purchased on Amazon, folks. So I guess that makes Amazon an accomplice. A photo was taken of the prop money and compared to the other money that was found. They appeared identical. Ooh. Got him. The FedEx envelope was addressed to Rich 𝗃𝗏 of Stoughton with the phone number, and they put his phone number down. He is now getting, that's what's called doxing. He's now getting threatening text messages, emails, all sorts of shit now because these motherfuckers put his shit out there. Detective Theodore contacted a representative at makestickers.com via a phone number that he located on their website. Upon his call being answered, he identified himself as Detective Will Theodore of the Canton Police Department. He was looking to inquire about an order that had been shipped to Stoughton. He was asked to provide a reference number, and he gave it to him. The makesticker.com representative said that they sent 250 1-inch stickers that said Colin did it. Oh, no. So they got him. They know he's responsible for the rubber duckies. The rep stated a previous order had been placed in December and shipped to a different address. When Detective Theodore asked what the previous address was, the representative asked, Rich? Detective Theodore stated to the representative that he was not Rich, but Detective Theodore, as he previously stated, the rep then referred him to the president of the company's voicemail. And he left a voicemail with the president of makestickers.com. Detective Theodore was able to speak with the president of makestickers.com. I mean, this is insane. Adam Fail, whatever. During a conversation, Adam told Detective Theodore he would be willing to provide customer information requested upon being served legal process. Later in an email, he provided a physical address in an email. On May 13th, I was granted a search warrant commanding makestickers.com to give me the information. Like, bro, a subpoena for makestickers.com. Like, this is fucking insane. Okay. And so he's like, yeah, well, you have a warrant. And here's the best part. They sent the delivery on January 8th, 2017. A PDF order was for an order of 250 1-inch clear stickers. So how could they have 2000? Why are they 2017? Well, the other order was March 31st, 2024. Okay. So what about that 2017 order? I took note of the fact that the phone numbers listed above are registered to Canton Fence Inc. And the number's 30. Okay, so it's his birthday. What? I don't even know. Didn't he say that he got these stickers for the ones he ordered in 2017 were for his fencing company? Okay. So he'd used them before. It gets better. On Thursday, May 16th, members of the Norfolk County DA's Digital Forensics Division, Detective Barber of the Stoughton Police Department, along with Detective Sergeant Lehan and Taylor of the Canton Police Department, went to the Canton Fence Company at 1219 Washington Street to execute a search warrant. The purpose of this warrant was to conduct a download of the infotainment system data from his Toyota Tundra. Like, this is, bro, he'll admit he did it. Like, he's like, who gives a shit? Yeah, it's a fucking rubber ducky. I spoke to an employee of the Canton Fence and identified myself with the warrant. He went down the hallway to Rick Schiffler's office and said he had a search warrant. I presented him with a copy. He said, so you want the locations of my truck? I said, yes. He went on to say the truck really only goes from his house to his work. He said he had gathered evidence, blah, blah, blah. He said that he had only littered and he did not commit a crime. He then handed me the key fob to his truck. I then brought out the key fob to the DA's office and they downloaded it. Upon here, he was read his Miranda rights and blah, 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 blah. I read a copy of them. He checked yes. He checked no. Okay, they exited the office. While technicians were inside his truck, I opened the rear driver's side to enter, observe, and download the evidence. Upon opening the door, directly in front of me in plain sight was an uncovered box. The box contained, dun dun dun, a yellow duck, identical to the ones that have been subject of the investigation. Okay, I mean, it's like in plain view, like it's fucking cocaine or something. Like they walk in, and there's just drugs lying. Oh, it's a duck in plain view. Bag that, put that in evidence. Good job, Johnny. Good job, detective. Oh. Upon my return, I entered them seized items into evidence. 1 yellow rubber ducky, 37 yellow rubber duckies with Colin did it, and 1 Ziploc bag containing Colin did it stickers. What? Good job, boys. Big clap it up, boys. Let's go out for a drink. Let's go out for a couple shots of whiskey to celebrate this one. The big heist. How'd work go today, hon? Oh, went great. Fucking 37 rubber duckies, baby. 37. Oh my God. Instant wet. Oh my God. If you tell me, honey, if you tell me you found any stickers too, I will literally come in my pants right now. Like, just, honey, we got the stickers. Oh my God. Down right now, detective. I am going to suck your dick harder. Like there won't be anything left of it when I'm done with you. You understand that, right? All the rubber duck, dude, instant wet. Like, this is insane. Imagine coming home and that's what you did today and you're proud of it. Like, how embarrassing. Having discovered the name 𝗵𝗃𝗃 in the course of the investigation, I noted his Facebook profile. It's got a picture of John O'Keefe. Oh, no. It's the same 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. Oh, no. A preservation request was sent to Facebook in regards to his personal Facebook page. Oh. I noticed posts that he's made. On October 8th, he showed a video clip in which David Yannetti refers to the Massachusetts State Police Michael Proctor as corrupt. Proctor's residence is where a yellow duck with Colin did it was sent. Do you guys get the implication here? The implication is that it's David Yannetti's fault. He has radicalized this man. David Yannetti had the audacity to call Michael Proctor corrupt in court, which he is. And then this guy shares that. And so it's kind of David Yannetti's fault. This is like saying that, the radical Muslim terrorists were radicalized by like Al-Qaeda recruitment videos kind of thing. Like, that's the way they're treating this guy. Except it's David Yannetti was actually the real problem here, he's saying. Like, this is madness, dude. So 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 makes a Facebook post that says, "Pillars of the community, I'd do without these pieces of shit." And it contains pictures of Chris, Colin, and Julie Albert. Like, that is fucking awesome. Hold on. I love 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. Who, by the way, his profile picture is his profile picture is the Kearney profile picture, which is the federal stuff. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Hold on. This is his profile picture. It's still there. It's his old one. This is the evidence, folks. First of all, imagine looking at this picture and being like, I want to stand up for that guy. That guy is a victim, and we need to be protecting that guy. And 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃 says, the fact if you have a huge immediately family in a small town, you're bound to be a big part of it. Say with 8 children every 2 years apart. Some ask the town what they can do for the town, and some ask what the town can do for me. My mom grew up in Canton, 8 siblings, and they all had an average of 5 children. So if you never move, this is what it is like. And if everyone is banging everyone, well, all hell breaks loose. I love 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. Free 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. This guy is fucking awesome. This guy, God bless 𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃. He doesn't give a shit. And you know who else God bless while I'm at it? God bless Yvette, the one that's also being charged with this. Let me read what Yvette, did I read this to you guys? What she said? I love Yvette. Yvette sent me the following message. She's one of these people who messaged Jen McCabe and is like, you suck. She writes the following to me. I'm just letting you know that I am not getting legal counsel for the 11-1 clerk magistrate hearing on these quote-unquote charges. The Bukhenik bunch are all nervous and intimidated into getting lawyers that day, and I am done. What's the worst thing that can happen? Community service? Okay, I'll show up wearing my free Karen Reed jacket. Jail? Please. I could use a couple weeks to catch up on some good books. I'm done. I'm going to treat these corrupt fools like the clowns they are. Yes, I sent Jen McCabe those texts. I'm not sorry I did. And I'm not apologizing for calling her husband a cuck or her a psychopath and hoping she is squirming. God bless Yvette. That is fucking awesome. She's like, I am not getting a lawyer. My plan is to go in there and said, I said all of that. And I meant every fucking word I said. Get it, girl. Yes. Like that is what we need. Because do not apologize. None of these people have done anything wrong. You are allowed in a free country to write Colin did it on a fucking duck. Okay. You're allowed to say that. None of these people is going to be convicted of anything. None of them. All of this is permissible. All of it. The fact that they are trying to turn these people into criminals is criminal in and of itself. Oh, I love them. I love Yvette. And I love Rick Schiffler. I love them so much. The Bukhenik bunch. The Bukhenik bunch. Okay. That's a Rockland girl, folks, right there. That's a Rockland girl if I've ever seen one. In summary, the contents of the shared post refer to several parties involved in the Commonwealth versus Reed. In regards to Trooper Proctor, claimed that Colin Albert and his uncle killed John O'Keefe and praises Karen Reed and Turtle Boy. Oh, I want to see this one. This is on February 18th. I want to see this one, the February 18th post. No. I mean, he's also got posts like this too, okay? And not to get political, but I'd like to post this one too. So this is also a post that he has. He goes, Trump won. I know it. You know it. Okay? Now, why can you, like, Trump didn't win it, and I'm a Trump voter, and I'll say that. I don't want to lose supporters here, but Trump lost. And, but he's allowed to have this opinion. I think it's a wrong opinion, but he's allowed to have that opinion. How come he can say this? How come he can say Trump won, but he can't say Colin did it? Why is he allowed to do, why are you allowed to say one thing, but not another thing? Right? Honestly, there's more, and you could argue that, oh, if you're doing the whole Trump wanted thing, well, aren't you inciting insurrection? Isn't that what they say? You're inciting insurrection. It's your fault that the Capitol was fucking looted on, or was a riot at the Capitol on January 6th. It's your fault. You did it. I mean, that's the logic they're using, right? The words you're using are dangerous. No, the words are not dangerous. Words are not dangerous. That is not dangerous. So what it says, he made a post on February. The charging docs say that the post was made on February 18th with the caption, in my humble opinion, oh, he shared it. Okay, let me go to his page. Let's see if I can find. I love how he hasn't taken shit down either. He does not give a fuck. Let me go on his page and let's check out Rick's page. So, okay, he's wicked big into the Birchmore cover up. You know, what does he got here? Canton's finest, 3 unethical cops, 2 towns. So he's just really into Colin Albert's recent Snapchat reveals his true colors. He's allowed to say all this shit. He's allowed to have all this. I want to find that post. What's this one say? It's a good look, Jill. Oh, yeah. I want to find the February. Like he's got his he's got like his grandkids on here and shit. Like, look at this. You're gonna make this guy a criminal? Like, seriously? That guy. For rubber duckies. For fucking rubber duckies. All right, so February 9. I mean, this guy's like the most harmless fucking guy. He's 65. He's going around saying Trump won and all this shit. Who gives a fuck what this guy's saying? Like, who cares? Like, this guy's dangerous. What's this picture? He's sharing Turtle Boy blogs. Free Turtle Boy. Nice. I love it. I love it. Oh, there's Jill. He's sharing a lot of my content. That's nice to see. Nice. I want to see this February. Dude, he went way back on this guy's timeline, huh? This is what your tax dollars are going towards. What the fuck? What date are we looking for here? February 18th. February 29th. Okay. Getting closer, dude. He had to go through all of this and read all of these guys' posts. Like, this is insane. All right. And so the post he wrote was in a Facebook post shared on February 18th. Okay. This is the crime. In my opinion, this is pretty exact. And it's this whole thing about how the Klan has been reduced to filing witness intimidation charges against teenagers, hiding in their houses, going incognito to sporting events, losing friends, truthful accusations about being murderers, liars, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how John O'Keefe's family can even look at these people. Proctor, what up, Mike? You have to be as dumb as a stump. Great job. Great job. Ferris, stop drinking and being a bitch. Colin, please understand, young man, that there is always someone tougher than you. And if you were that tough, why did you need to get your uncle to help you when you killed John O'Keefe? Yeah. I mean, okay. So you got... Oh, and then I think it better if you stop the bullshit charges you try to level on innocent people. Understand that you are not smart enough to beat these charges and fold up the tent. Turtle Boy, Karen, two of the most courageous people I have ever seen across the United States. May the good Lord watch you. So it's like a sharing a post in favor of me is apparently a crime. Like this loser cop, Tim Taylor, goes all the way through. I mean, what a cuck. What an absolute fucking cuck this guy is. So he gives him the search warrant. Then he goes, propaganda is defined as information, especially of a biased nature, used to promote a particular political cause. His own admission establishes that he was aware that the information being put forth by him was designed to intentionally mislead others in an attempt to promote false information. What? Intentionally mislead? He wasn't trying to do any of that. And he never admitted to anything like that. In an attempt to further harass the members of the Albert family. He admitted to littering the ducks. As noted throughout this investigation, the items included the ducks and the Colin did it on it. The DA's office cleared Colin from being considered a suspect. How the fuck did they clear him from being a suspect if they didn't even interview him? They didn't even interview him, so how can they clear him from being a suspect? Colin Albert has never been charged. Exactly, because they never talked to him. That's the whole point. It's a fucking cover-up, stupid. All right. I mean, a lot of this is just repetitive. All right. On Thursday, July 11th, I was made aware of another littering incident. So this guy gets it visited from the police. I love this guy. I love 𝗃𝗃𝗃. He gets visited by the police with this fucking warrant. And I look back at my messages. He messaged me about this in May, and I didn't pay that much attention to it because it was in the middle of the trial. And I didn't have time for rubber duckies. But I'm like, oh, shit, I wish I got on this earlier. He messaged me about this, the search warrant. I'm like, what? A search? Holy shit. Shame on me for not getting on this earlier. But this guy, to his credit, gets the search warrant. He knows he's under investigation, and he just keeps doing it. God bless this man. He did nothing wrong. And he's not going to be convicted of any of this. All right. So another incident happens, okay? The Toyota truck was seen there again. So on July 11th, the same truck is seen there. Okay, so it's him again. Counterfeit bills were thrown from the vehicle. This guy's not even like, how many times has 𝗃𝗃𝗃 actually contacted Chris and Colin Albert? Let me think. Oh yeah, 0. He's never actually contacted them. He just put fucking rubber duckies around town, and these guys are seeing him. Goes on to say, I mean, it's more about a lot of this is repetitive. He's talking about all the other incidents with $100 bills and how he knows it's 𝗃𝗃𝗃 and Colin did it. Okay. I mean, really, what a waste of paper this is. He made a Facebook post admitting to previously littering, stating he knew he was passing out propaganda via littering. No, he doesn't know he's passing out propaganda. That's you saying that. So we know it's him. Like, it's like they go on. Like, bro, a lot of this is just explaining how they know it's him. Again, he says here, Colin Albert is a witness who testified before a federal grand jury. Yeah, that should tell you there's a fucking problem. A Massachusetts grand jury, that's a fucking lie, Tim Taylor. When did he ever testify before a Massachusetts grand jury? Oh, actually, he testified in my grand jury, didn't he? Is that what he's referring to? He did testify in my grand jury. He said it made him sad. I made him sad. He did say that 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 made him sad. And he didn't understand why 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 was being mean to him. How about this one? On June 27th, there's another incident with yellow ducks, except this time it just says �ey𝗃𝗃𝗃, which means if you know, you know. So apparently that is now illegal too. You can't even say if you know, you know. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading. A lot of this is just repetitive. More sightings of the truck. Blah, blah, blah. Flock camera. Okay. Then there's a 5th incident. Okay, so 5 incidents now they have. And Renee Roberts is the sister-in-law of Kerry Roberts. So doing it near Elsie's table is doing it to a family member of a witness. So she qualifies too, somehow. Then they list all the cameras that got him here. Okay. Oh my God. It's the same shit. If you know, you know, blah, blah, blah. Colin did it. Okay. This is repetitive, a lot of this stuff. On September 7th, a 7th documented incident happens. Sergeant Brady of the Canton Police was dispatched to the address of John O'Keefe's former residence in another littering incident. Okay. Those ones said, if you know, you know. Those rubber duckies. Okay. The exact address is being withheld at this time to prevent future incidents at the address. Nobody knows where One Meadows Ave is. Sure. Okay. That address has been kept real quiet. Right. Okay. On September 14th, a group of people held a protest at the Canton Police Department. The protest was filmed by several protesters, including several content creators. One of them is named Mike Crawford, who runs a YouTube channel called The Young Jerks. Mike was live streaming the protest via YouTube and Facebook while it was ongoing. I want to see this. I want to go to his channel right now and go see this. Give me a second. Let me go to The Young Jerks. Young Jerks. September 14th, right? So that would be what, 2 weeks ago? Okay. I didn't even know this took place. So let me pull this up.
Platform for them to voice their opinions.
I didn't even know this happened.
Because they're being ignored by the Canton Police Department and the Select Board. So we have a couple speakers here today. I think you'll enjoy them. Our first one will be Miss Rita Lombardi.
All right, so we're going to go to the 52 minutes.
Get him, Rita.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming.
All right, so as much as I'd love to hear the Rita speech right now, I want to find the alleged crime that happens here. While he was streaming at approximately 52 minutes into the stream, Mike engages with an older white male wearing a MAGA King hat. That male is Richard Schiffer. But there's no, I don't see this isn't 52 minutes long. Peter Murphy's there. I don't know about this. Scott McGinnis. Suzanne, I believe. Is this Mike? Is this Mike?
Hey, one more thing.
Oh, it says Young Jerks.
Journalists have been attacked here. Turtle Boy.
Yes.
If you're a journalist in this state, if you care about activism, free speech, journalism, you gotta support Turtle Boy.
Yeah. Thank you,
I don't
Mike.
care if you don't agree with its tactics or you don't like them.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Free Turtle
Yes.
Boy. Free Turtle
Thank you, Mike.
Boy. Free Kearney. Free Turtle
Yeah,
Boy.
exactly.
Free Turtle
Yeah,
Boy.
free Turtle Boy. Free Turtle Boy. I didn't even know this happened. I didn't even know this happened. I did not know about this. Yes, I didn't even know about this.
Justice for Sandra.
I did not even know this happened.
Sandra.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Rita. Thank you.
How did I
Good
miss
job,
this?
everybody.
But he says it's at the 52-minute mark when this happens, and I don't see this. It's only 42 minutes long. So how can it be at the 52-minute mark? This guy's full of shit. I'm gonna find this. Is it on? It said it's on Facebook too. So let me check his Facebook. How did I not know about this? Where was I? It's not on his Facebook, actually. Oh, but there's another one on. Oh, no, I found it. Oh, it's on Facebook. It's on Facebook. It's a lot longer. So let me go to the Facebook one.
So much. Wow. We listened to you. That's amazing.
Hate crime.
Oh, Tom was there. 𝗵𝗫cy was there. All the regulars. Oh, all right.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. From Twitter.
Oh, there he is.
No.
This
I
is
don't have
him.
pockets.
This is him. This
So
is
I
the
got-
criminal.
I got so many of those. Every time I go out, someone gives. I have like 50 of them now.
I bet you do.
Give them to the kid.
You got the red one? The column did it on it?
No, I don't.
Oh, so you don't have. You don't have.
No,
the
I don't have that one.
You
All
don't have
right.
the, like,
All
you don't
right.
have the original.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
That looks like I could get arrested in Canton for.
Yeah, all right. Well, they went through my truck already, so they didn't find shit.
Are you the guy who?
Yeah, I'm the guy.
Did you want to talk about that at all or not?
It's just a joke. Tully came to my house, came to my shop, my business.
Who came to your house?
So Tully,
Lahan,
and another stove came to.
So, by the way, it's not Tully. Tim Taylor gets so mad about this because it's not Tully. It's Tim Taylor that did it. So he's like, he called me Tully. This guy. It just shows the like, bro. He obviously it's a fuck. Yeah, he admits to it. Yeah, I did it because this is a fucking joke, right? Like, obviously.
My shop in Stoughton, my business, went through my truck, my system, my Toyota, my information system, see where I drove in the month of March. Right? So I started the duck campaign and the money campaign in February. So I got caught on Proctor's ring camera and a bunch of other people. I don't care because I'm fighting the fight. So anyways, they went through my thing on a Tuesday. The following Tuesday, they came to my house. I wake up in the morning, they're at my house going through it again. The same thing, same warrant.
That's
2
scary.
warrants, and you know what? They didn't find shit. They don't even find nothing. And you know what? And I got the arrest warrant. I can
Well, they
email
found
it.
the Ducky.
Not
Or
arrest
they just go
warrant,
out?
the warrants.
Yeah, are they
But the charges that they're going to charge me with, the police report, I'll send that to you.
I would love it.
I'll send you that, what she said about the ducks, and then she led into the thing with Reader's lawn. But mostly it was about the ducks, and she threw the thing about the lawn in it, because people are asking, you know. But I'm not hiding from nothing. I started this, Colin did it once, and I started the once with this. It's a trigger word. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so what are they? Were they? Let's wait till he goes by.
How did I not know about this? How did I miss this? This is awesome. How did I miss
When
this?
they came to you, did they?
I'm so
charge you with
upset.
Certain charges.
Oh, they want to get me an intimidation. Mike, honestly, what I think they're trying to do is connect me to 𝗄𝗏𝗺. So they couldn't. So this is me, myself, and I here, Mike. I've got nobody involved in this. I did this on my own, smoking a joint. What more can I fucking do to help? So that was it. And these are my signs I made up. And I started with the ducks, and it's been hilarious ever since. And I can't believe how it's grown. And I've sent them to Sean, I sent them to Dylan, I sent them to everybody.
They're on the North Shore. I'll tell you. I
North
saw everywhere.
Shore, I know. But I think the secret is
I love this guy so much.
these are the original ducks. These all started, like I said, it was an idea back in November, but then in February I started. And they just don't like the message.
No, they don't.
Bottom line is they just don't like the message.
And then the whole thing with Tully coming to you, because this is what they try to do with me. They never
Same
came to
thing.
my house because I think they know that I'll record everything. But they tried with
Mine's
third
all recorded
parties to basically say, you know, go talk to Tully and tell stories about 𝗄𝗏𝗺. That's what they really want.
That's exactly what they want. And I was telling, I didn't get a chance to tell Aidan this, but that's exactly what they're trying to do. They found no connection. They didn't see me driving to where he lives. They didn't see me meeting up with him anywhere when he's with the phone.
No.
They just saw nothing. They got nothing from the warrant. In the second
First time I ever talked to this guy is when he sent me the picture of the warrant. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. And then I look back on our conversation and I didn't really follow up on it at all. I totally forgot about this. Like,
and the charges were going to be anything from witness intimidation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Down to littering. I didn't get charged for any of them.
Not yet.
If you want to fucking litter, right? Or give me for littering, give me the fucking fine. If you're
Right.
not gonna fucking pay for it.
And when are they gonna charge
Jim Ferris.
The little bug. Jim Ferris.
Exactly.
Cigarettes on the ground every day.
Oh, it never happened.
Yeah, no
Never
littering for him.
No, it never happened. We know how this town works.
Yeah.
I've been here 65 years of my life. I own a fence company. It's called Canton Fence. Okay, I'm the man. I fucking know every fucking asshole. And everybody in that building right there, they're all at least 20 years younger than me. And I know all their family. I know their families.
This interview is excellent.
I think that piece of shit 𝗵𝗲𝗺𝗃𝗃, her father, biggest piece of shit.
Did they? Someone asked.
I love this guy. I love him. I love this fucking guy. Oh.
I still, you know what? I still don't get that. I mean, if it wasn't a police investigation, okay. If you lost your jewelry in the snow and you want to use a leaf blower, I get it.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
So you don't blow it anywhere. But a police investigation? Are you shitting me?
Unbelievable.
They didn't even have, they should have had a fucking tent. They should have one of those tents in every fucking cruiser, right, Peter?
Exactly.
Every fucking cruiser should have a tent.
They could have covered that crime scene
They
until
didn't need
until
those
the
big
storm
They
ended.
could have used a little shoulder cup. They didn't know
And this Peter's a former Canton cop.
So do you have a lawyer on this or not?
No, I talked to Jack McClone. So get this one. So I go to talk to Jack McClone. He's the lawyer, not that I'm having. He got Kearney off. He's connected to 𝗺cie. He's a criminal attorney. I went to meet him at Marina Bay about this just to be ahead of it, right? He's fucking laughing. We're all laughing. He says, "Send me ducks." So you had to send him ducks with the stickers on. He's a hot shit. So so he says, "You know what's funny?" You know what he says? He goes like this. He says, "You know what's funny, Rich?" Now I'm best friends with the guy now, right? He says, "You know what's funny? This is after now." He says, "Jen McCabe came to me and wanted me to defend her." That was fucking something. So the only guy that would take it would be Reddington. Of course, he'll take a piece of dog shit if it works.
Get the money. Get the money.
I know Kevin says it was fucking dirty. So.
I mean, Kevin knows. Kevin has told me that he thinks Karen Reed's innocent. Like Kevin doesn't hide the fact that he knows Karen Reed's innocent. Sort of like Kevin. He keeps it real, which by default means his client's guilty. But besides that, he knows Karen Reed's innocent.
About 25. I know them all, Mike. It's like any person. Like I had to square Tommy up once of stuff he was talking. He was so far off. I said, "Tom, that's not the truth. That's not the way it is. Those aren't the people or whatever it was." You know, but I know a lot as Peter does. I've been around here 65
You talking about when you said Tom? You talking about Keller?
No, Tommy Keller disappoints me. Yeah, I'm fucking totally disappointed.
Wait, let me just read this report now. It says, prior to March 2024, Richard had never had any involvement in the Commonwealth trial. He is a member of a society that followed the case through pretrial hearings, social media posts, and other media coverage. He's never been called as a witness, nor does he have any known personal connection to anyone in the case. He is a participant in the Free Karen Reed movement that has inserted himself into the Commonwealth versus Reed trial by harassing witnesses throughout the trial. What?
Okay, so yeah, Tom DeRoche.
No, Tom Keller, Jr. His father was. You know the problem having a Dedham Street here. You've been listening to that. That wouldn't have a problem if fucking Tommy Keller Sr. was alive, right? I agree. Am I right? That motherfucker, Tommy Keller Sr. was the best cop in Canton. He followed the law.
He's as crooked as the rest of them.
Yeah. I think my brother,
Anyway. So
what's the latest?
Anyway, look at like they want to make everyone a criminal. So bro, look at the rest of this. We're almost done with this report finally. But he says here, Attorney Jackson used the phrase, "If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's a duck." Richard later took the phrase used by Jackson and used it to insert himself into the matter. So he's saying that the reason that this guy did the rubber duck thing is because he heard Jackson say that. Where is the evidence of that? So again, he is trying to criminalize and make Yannetti and Jackson like the people that it's your fault. You got all these people fired up about this with your lies and baseless conspiracy theories that have been disproved, but they haven't really been disproved at all. As a matter of fact, they've been proven. Oh my God, this fucking piece of shit. Tim Taylor is a worthless piece of shit, like a maggot. Oh my God, what a loser this guy is. Loser. He goes on to say, okay, so blah, blah, blah. So that was awesome. But God, that guy's fucking great. Oh my God. Okay. When I get to the Sean of the Gulf part. How about this? Richard utilized these rubber ducks. In summation of his own words, he spread propaganda. He never said that. His own self-admitted campaign of spreading propaganda has not only led to harassment of witnesses in the town of Canton, but also in the town of Easton, where Caitlin Albert and her fiance, Tristan Morris, have also located these ducks with Colin Did It stickers littered on their property. Is that true? He continued to further blah, blah, blah. He wouldn't stop. He later admitted so he admits all this. Then that Sean is Sean McDonough, a former Canton resident and retired DEA agent living in Florida. He also runs a YouTube page called Going Through the Motions with approximately 34,000 subscribers. He's a vocal member of the Free Kearney movement. Sean broadcasted a live YouTube video that has 55,000 views. Good for him. Where he says he recently spoke to a party via phone call who he refers to as the king of the ducks, the king of the $100 bills, that told him he's ordered 5,000 ducks being delivered to him. I know through this investigation, the person he's referring to is Richard Schiffer. Okay, figured it out. Sean in the Gulf. This movement of spreading propaganda via littering, then publicly admitting to it, have amassed 70,000 total views and has encouraged people to go to D&E Pizza and harass employees. No. And then he starts citing case law, which is not a fucking cop's job. As noted in 𝗀𝗄 versus Johnson, harassment can be accomplished through other people. In summary, his fake ads containing false information were made, causing people to constantly call the victim's residence and causing groups of people to show up at the victim's residence. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? A lawyer? Case law? He's citing case law and saying that, well, it's this guy's fault that other people are harassing him because I cited case law. Like, bro, you can't be serious. Anyway, he's getting charged with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counts of littering, 1 count of criminal harassment because he used the phrase Colin did it. So that's harassment. If you say Colin did it, which he did. And Tim Taylor, if you're watching right now, let me be very fucking clear to Detective Tim Taylor. Colin did it. I don't know what he did, but he did something. He was in the house when John O'Keefe was killed. Okay? You're allowed to say Colin did it. You can say that. Colin did it. What's it? I don't know. But he certainly did it. And I'm allowed, he can sue me if he wants, although I wouldn't recommend it. He can sue me if he wants. But it's not a crime to say Colin did it. Like there should be. I mean, they'll say I'm inciting arrest. So I'm not saying this, actually. So don't do this. But imagine if people were just inspired to fucking throw ducks, if 1 million people threw ducks all over Canton with whatever the fuck they want to write on the bottom, because it's a free country and you can write whatever the fuck you want to put on a duck. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm on bail. So I ain't doing that. But imagine a lot of people, I feel like this is just going to inspire copycats. Who knows? They might charge everyone. They're that fucking crazy. They're that nuts. criminal harassment. How many counts? 2 against Colin and Chris. Intimidation of a witness. 1 count. Wow. Another count of 2 counts. So anyway, this is just, I can't believe it's real. I can't believe it's real. And it's funny, to laugh at, but it's actually kind of scary because they have all the guns. They have all the guns, and we need to keep calling these people out. Let me read a couple turtle chats because, man, it's getting late. First up, we got, let's see, Bukhaki's missing denture sends $25 and says, people that don't live in Massachusetts leave message ducks everywhere. It will be our standouts and see how many get investigated. I'm going to duck mine in a red solo. Okay. Thank you very much. Bukhaki's missing dentures. Tasha sends $5 and goes, I suggest you watch 2,000 Mules. You may change your mind about who won. I did watch 2,000 Mules, and I came to the exact opposite conclusion because I don't believe Dinesh D'Souza propaganda. And didn't Dinesh go to jail for literally being a scam artist? So pardon me if I don't. Thank you for the $5, though. So I will actually not feel any different about that. So thank you very much. Anonymous Toolman sends $5 and says, have you figured out the near family ties between Tim and 𝗫𝗄𝗄 yet? Somebody sent me this long fucking thing today, and I'm not gonna lie, I just stopped reading it. I just don't care. I don't give a shit if they're fucking neighbors and best friends. They're all bad cops. They all suck. I get the point. So thank you very much for the $5. Tracy sends $5 and goes, thanks for all your hard work. What's up with the beaties? Why weren't they called at trial? Seems relevant. Again, the defense thought they were winning by a lot, and I think they wish if they could do things differently, they would. $100. Thank you from Lori Laird sends $100 and says, show Colin or Allie's text screenshot again. It's been photoshopped. There is no January 29th date. Again, I've gone over the Colin and Allie screenshot. Thank you for the donation. I did an entire show on it when I was the first one to show that screenshot. And we broke down all the things that were wrong with it. And there's potential for Photoshop there. There's a lot of things wrong with it. I think the biggest things were wrong with it, though. The biggest thing that's wrong with it, 2 things. Number 1 is the fact that it doesn't say where here is. Where's I'm here? Where does it say I'm at 34 Fairview Road? Nobody knows where here is. She could be picking him up to bring him to Fairview Road. Secondly, they don't talk about the dead guy. They don't talk again for 3 weeks. That's the most fucked up part. They just don't talk for 3 weeks. Yeah. Was that a fake $100 dono? were they counterfeit? I don't know. So thank you very much for that dono, Lori. Janie sends $20 and goes, first of all, I thoroughly enjoyed the Nazi Bukkake performance and the graphic Paul O'Keefe Bukkake ball licking metaphor. I laughed my ass off. I'm wondering if you've ever been hit or seriously injured because of your aggressive journalistic style. No one ever has, and no one ever will. I wish a motherfucker would. I don't live by the hope creed. I live by the wish creed. I wish a motherfucker would. I wish they'd try. I mean, good luck. I don't think it's like, I don't play. I don't fuck around. I mean, you can fuck around and find out, but all these people that talk all this shit, none of them are about. I mean, Chris Albert claims that he would wipe the floor with me. He said, I will bash your head up and down that sidewalk. That's what he said. Does anyone think I would lose to Chris Albert in a fight? Chris Albert knows that I would wax the fucking floor with him. I could bench press fucking 3 of him. I could fucking destroy that man, but I wouldn't because I'm a 42-year-old grown ass man and an award-winning journalist, and I don't go around fighting people, especially fat, out of shape, 53-year-old bald man. I don't do that, but I'm not going to. So this idea that like they could try, but I think that it would not be in their best interest to do that. Anyway, $15 from Lizzie. And she goes, I know KP and I know K. Peter used to work for you. And I know you and the fake victim had a thing for a second. But can you please explain where their vitriol from you stems and how the two of them are even connected? Oh, I don't even know where to start, dude. You can even just direct me to the articles you've written about it. I've always just felt lost on the front. And then I know Mike Crawford says KP tried to set him up too. What is KP? So go back, just search Kate Peter, tvdailynews.com. I fired her when I caught her stealing. She used to write for me, and she was sabotaging kind of the company from the inside a little bit. She was so shady the whole time. I liked Kate. I thought she was decent. I thought she was a good writer. And the whole time was just lying, like using me to get a platform for herself and then steal money from me. That's basically what she did. She got caught. And she admitted to it in court too on a March 10th, 2020 hearing. She burned I don't even know where to start. She burned a company truck, framed it on me. She still had access to the 𝗬𝗏𝗺 Facebook page. So she wrote a threatening post to herself saying that, pretending to be me, and tried to get me violated on a temporary order that she had on me. The order was denied. Then I exposed her for I looked into her past and I found out about her history of child abuse and I was shocked, wrote about it. And she has been obsessed with me ever since and will not let it go. She befriends everyone that I write about. And she, especially if I'm involved with a woman in what she calls an extramarital affair, because I mean, kind of it's out of the closet now. First was 𝗫𝗠𝗐𝗋, and that went bad. And then 𝗫𝗠𝗐𝗋 sent videos of me, a la mode. Krusty Panties, and Krusty Panties shared revenge porn of me on the internet and sent it to a whole bunch of people, a video that only Leah had. And then they whine about me being revenge porn, even though they're the ones that did it in the first place. I mean, it's just fucking insane. And so then the fake victim fell into her lap, and I haven't even told the whole story, and I will someday, but some of it started to come out in the Better letters. But basically, December 9th, I dumped her. I wasn't doing it anymore because she's fucking crazy. And she immediately that night, according to her cell phone extraction, contacted Leah 𝗫𝗠𝗐𝗋 and Kate Peter. And the three of them actively talked about how they wanted to get revenge on me. And they got her in touch with Mello and Tully, and the rest is history. Okay. And she agreed they were going to make her a witness, even though she didn't witness anything. And they gave her a summons for a grand jury that was used as bait to lure me to her apartment, except there was no grand jury. It was all fake. And she pretended to be pregnant, and that lured me over there too, because I had to see what was going on with that. And the whole thing was a setup. It was all a fucking setup. The whole time, that whole day, she was on the phone with Kate and Ken Mello and said, he's coming over here. Here's what we're going to do. And we got him. It's all in the phone extraction data that they didn't want to become public, but it is. So there's that. All right, cool. Hope that answered your question for us. Thank you. Ashley sends $5 and goes, we have another Tampon Tim Taylor. Excellent. Thank you, Ashley. Kelly sends $10 and goes, can we please do a recreation of the Boston Tea Party against all the corruption with rubber duckies? Just rubber duckies freaking everywhere. It would only work in Canton. Any other municipality, they'd be like, okay, cool, rubber duckies. And it's not just the rubber duckies, it's what's written on the bottom of them that really pisses them off. So thank you. Emily sends $5, goes, I would love to help organize a duck race fundraising event. We do this in my town where people could buy a numbered rubber ducky, which are released into a river. The first duck to cross the finish line wins a prize. True. I appreciate that. Maybe we can do something like that. Thank you, Emily. Let me just check the cash apps to make sure we don't have any of those. Ashley sends $5 and goes, Sam Berard loves 𝗃𝗃𝗃 𝗧𝘂𝗃. Okay, take that, Sam. Sorry to hear that. So sorry, Sam. That's how we're going to be ending the program tonight. But thank you guys all for joining me, and thanks for the donos, and thanks for all the support. It was a shit, reliving that. I'm excited about the trial. I can't wait to go to trial. But reliving all this shit and just hearing the voices of these people calling 911 and knowing that they're just trying to put you in jail, and knowing that it takes you away from your kids, and it's just traumatic, and they're just evil, man. You're surrounded by evil. These people that want to put Karen Reed in jail for nothing. It's evil. That's why Karen Reed's my homie, man. We're we're linked to this, We're both victims of the state, and we're gonna defeat evil together. So anyway, guys, I love you, and we'll see y'all we'll see Sex Cult People Thursday night, Trivia Friday night, live show back again Saturday night. All right. Peace, Turtle Riders.